schedule, rather, is unveiled yesterday. So from the Snoop Scoop department, let's just break it down real quick, and then we'll go from the schedule from there because we got one right, E.T. Good morning.
Side by side.
Carolina to open, we got right. I thought we might be on to something.
Yeah.
All right, first let's go Scoop. Bengals, week 2 on the road. That one was right, Scoop. Rams, London, date, correct. Scoop.
Scoop.
Titans, week 16 or 14, Thursday night football. Yeah, that was a Snoop. No Scoop, that was Snoop. I'll tell you where the Titans fell here when we go through. Chiefs, Sunday night football, week 16.
Sunday or Monday night?
No, I'm saying what the prediction was.
Got you, yeah.
The Titans' prediction was Thursday night, week 14. Right. The Chiefs was Sunday night football, week 16. Yeah, that's a Snoop.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop-ish. Snoop-ish. Because we do play the Chiefs in primetime.
Oh, we do.
But it's week 5, and it's a Monday nighter, not a Sunday nighter. Shut out of the Sunday night game, just one primetime game for the Jags as it sits right now. Those things can change depending on how you flex your muscle. Then perhaps the schedule will flex your way late in the season. Hey, man, I got to be honest. Sitting here at 6 a.m., bright and bushy-tailed on Monday mornings, just play the afternoon games, baby. I'm fine with that.
Right.
Is what it is. You can give me a late game. Let's let it be in the postseason. I think the schedule lays out pretty good. I don't need to read 15 columns and this opinion from New York and that one from Orlando. I follow this team day to day now for 30-odd years, and I can look at this schedule, know this football team, and see some smoother waters and see some difficulties. But I think overall, the way the thing splits out, you don't get in a whole lot of trouble with this schedule.
12-5.
You're going to stick with it, aren't you?
I like it.
You know what? I'm going to give you a chance right now. You know what we're going to do? We'll listen. First and foremost, I hope we're not stepping on any copyright infringement because 1010XL we'll do a big record reveal by show, and me and the gang will get it all posted on social media, and you guys can enjoy that and take it in. So this will be the first of probably 3 predictions
right.
that are made today. And by the way, I reserve the right to change my mind.
Every time.
The prediction I give you right now here at 6:07 right out of the gates.
It might not be the one.
Might not be the one that goes to YouTube.
Right.
And I guess the official one will have to be the YouTube one, I guess, because it'll live forever nonetheless. I think the first time we played this, you had 12-5 and I had 10-7. I may have had 9-8. Do you remember? I don't. We got so enthralled with your 12-5 that I just became like I was like that sucker fish on top of the the whale. All right, you were the whale, and I was like that little fish just suckering along there. So I had them 9-8 or 10-7, one of the two. I think there's a couple of key games. This is gonna be fun, man. This is why I like the schedule. It's so much different than just having the opponents, because you can see some. We're going to find out. There's some find out stretches here. There's some crucial stretches here. There's some you better stretches here. Okay, so let's go through some. I'll give you you better beat the Panthers week 1 at home. You're doggone right. Yeah, you better. Look, week 2, you got a tough game at Cincinnati. You can have a hell of a team in a good year. We better catch the Bengals napping. That's a tough game. That's a likely loss. Now we're going to find out. It's not a you better. It's not a you should or you shouldn't. We're going to find out. Texans at home week 3. Probably sitting there 1-1. Probably, if according to this. Then we're going to, depending on what happens in the first 3, these games can slot into different categories. I mean, week 4 at San Francisco, it's going to fall like into that Bengals territory for me. The Jags historically don't play well on the road. San Francisco is a really good team. If you're the Niners and you look at your schedule, there's certain games that you better get, and the Jags at home will be one of them. So I think these should go in the loss column. But if they do beat the Texans and they're 2-1, it could be we'll find out. Could be. We'll find. He likes us. We'll find out. I got to say, man, coming back home a week before you go to London, a home game against Seattle, you better win the game. Rams, 1,000,000 miles from home, 1.5 million for them. This kind of falls in the we'll find out category. We'll find out. This is a good team. We've beaten some good teams in London with some good teams. We've lost to good teams. We've beaten bad teams, lost to bad teams. We'll find out. Real interesting game coming out of the bye week. I think this is we'll find out, but on a kind of different level. We'll find out what you got. You come off a stretch. You've played in London. You've had your bye week. You're in Sin City, baby, Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll find out. We'll find out. You ready to go beat the Raiders on the road and position yourself now, 6, 7, 8 games into the season as somewhat bona fide? And then, by the way, at this stage, you got a lot of we'll find out. I think we'll find out kind of dominates the schedule because it's not real tough, man. Look, it's not easy. If you get in a position as a 4-13 football fan and you look at late December at Denver, at Indy is easy. Whoa, Nelly. All right, E, you ready?
Yeah.
Look at him chuckling already. I love our job, man. Who gets to go to work today and do this?
Right.
Feel you 6 o'clockers, man. Y'all busting a hump out there. Go to Dailies. Get to the dad. Get some coffee. Let's go. I got my jug. Ready? Time for a sip out of the jug. Got major championship golf this morning we can be tracking. That'll be fun, huh? You like that one?
Yes, sir.
By the way, did get the bet in, so texted with Captain Kev yesterday. We'll detail that for you tomorrow morning when he joins us and tells us how much, just how terrifically the fish are biting. All right. Let me pull this schedule. I'm having computer issues in here, gang, so I'm going to the old trusty standby phone. All right, you ready? E.T. By the way, I never hated on you like your boy. You backseaters, man. You backseaters are getting I think you're out of the vast or something.
Well, yeah, that boy be hating.
You're all a little sketchy lately, the two of you. I enjoy it. I kind of sit back here. I sit here on the outside and just watch it fracture.
Oh, hater.
No, I'm not hating.
Oh, no, not you.
Okay, good. Here we go. Not you, he says. We get a little W column, a little L column here. Like a 3-year-old with a crayon. All right. Panthers at home. What?
You already know.
Okay, I got your tongue?
That's a dub.
That's a dub. That's what I need. I should have put D for dub. At Cincinnati.
They don't start off good, man. That's a dub.
Damn, we may be 13-4 gang.
They start off slow. We know it.
Okay, yeah, we're fast starters ourselves. Houston at home.
That's a dub.
Damn right, it's 3-0. We're conquering the division. Well, we got about a 2-game lead by now. At the Niners. Oh, ooh, ouchie.
We'll do well out there.
Oh, we come home. You want to talk about, we'll find out. Kansas City Chiefs, Monday Night Football.
Man, you know what?
At the bank, baby. I got a little loss. Just some reality. There's a little reality check here midseason.
Yeah.
That's okay. My guy's not done yet. We're getting better as the season goes on, not worse. All right, then we got the Seahawks at home. Another loss.
Yeah.
Damn, you Seahawk-loving fool. 3-3. Rams in London. Oh. All right. Second half of the season now. After the bye week, we've played 7 games. You got us 4-3. At Vegas.
Let's go.
At the Texans.
We sweeping them boys this year.
Chargers at home. Red hot now. At Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
At the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Not on Thursday night, by the way. Not in prime time. Colts at home.
Bruh, we hot.
Jets at home.
We hot right now.
At Denver. Yeah, I got to get one somewhere. At Indy. Tennessee at home.
Unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Yeah, I know, right?
What just happened out of nowhere? You dropped it in because yes, the optimism somehow, even through all the hating, your bright plant, your stalk of optimism, and sprout it even further. We had a 13-4 if you give us the Titans.
Oh, for real? That would have been 13-4.
I think he thought, if I give him a win here. Okay, there we go. 12-5 again.
Let's go.
12-5. I mean, we've done it. We've the taste test twice. We did it before we knew the order. And now that we know all right, now let me go through, ladies and gentlemen, and give you the more, and by the way, it's not a day that you need my professional experience and my objectivity here. It's not the day for that. This is the day to fall into ET's camp. All right, here's what I'm going to do, E. You ready?
Oh, to me.
Here's what I got. All right, we open with Carolina at home as a win. I'm just going to put a win. Just mark the wins here. I'm not like you. It's not going to be as long a list, I don't think. Carolina home, that's a win.
That's a dub.
I say the Bengals is a loss. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and with much hope say that Houston is a win.
Yeah.
I'll say a loss at San Francisco. We got to beat the Chiefs at least once before I ever pick them to beat them.
Okay.
I'm going L. Yeah, I'm going L on Monday night, and then I'll give us a win versus the Seahawks. I'll give us a win. It's a tough. I'll give us a win in London. In a boy, that game will have a lot of meaning on it.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll give us a win in the London game. At Vegas, I'll give us a win.
Let's go, Jim.
At the Texans, we'll split that season series. Chargers at home.
You know what we do today?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Harbaugh comes in. I'm going to say that's a loss, man. I'm going to say now it's gut check time. At Arizona's a win. Gut checked. At Tennessee, a win.
Okay.
We beat them 5 out of 6. Colts at home is a win.
You know what we do with that?
Jets at home is a win. At Denver's a loss.
Okay.
A big game at Indy late, bro. Man, we have not. I say we split. I say I'm gonna go loss win.
Okay.
That is 10-7.
Let's go, Jeff. Let's go, Jeff. You know what 10-7 mean? That means we going to the playoffs.
That's what I'm looking for.
Let's go.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what we need on a Thursday morning, brought to you by Custom Tree Surgeons. That's what I'm looking for. It's a little juice, man. Today is the day that we win the Super Bowl. Never mind camp. Never mind the preseason. Who cares about Monday Nighter against Kansas City?
No.
Today is the day where you get that pencil out and you write W. That game, sure, W. At the Niners, come on, W.
Come on.
Chiefs at home, my man says that's a dub.
That's a dub.
You're listening to The Drill. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. More on the schedule as we move through this morning. Much, much more. And again, I hope we didn't step on any copywritten toes this morning. They got big plans here for the record reveal on 1010XL Social. So you guys look forward to that here. As we get you going, glad to be the first ones out of the gate here with reflections on the release last night. You know, for an event that I claim to love so much, ET, let me tell you what happened. I was sitting in my ever so comfy lazy boy last night, and I had the ever so boring Atlanta Braves on, waiting for the schedule show to begin at 8 o'clock. Braves began at 7:15, and it only took about 30 minutes of. I mean, the Braves are like the Ambien of sports viewership right now. It's like take an Ambien or watch the Braves. And so I drifted off into sweet slumber there, my lazy boy, about 7:45.
Oh, tragic.
And then I kind of like stumbled awake at like 8:40 and then like had by that point completely, and the game is still on, the Ambien-inducing Braves. And I just completely forgot about, this is like stumble, like the effects of Ambien. Maybe I sleptwalked. I just, stumbled from the lazy boy to the bed and, forgot all about the schedule show last night. So got up this morning and consuming it as we go, starting first and foremost with the Jags. And in all seriousness, fun aside, we'll let Danny Downer come in and throw some 8 and 9 at us a little bit later this morning. It's good. It's a good opener. I think it's a good opener. That'll be the first point of disagreement on the schedule. I know Hick thinks of it the other way around, that, goofy stuff happens week one and if you're going to play a good team, maybe you're better off trying to get them right out of the gates. Man, I don't know, man. Give me a team that is like us, and let's see where we are with our new focus, with our now intangibly rich roster. You can't. This is also here's another thing that should be pumping up your optimism. It's an exciting time to be following these newcomers because those intangibles show through in their interviews and what they say and how they work. Right? They're a little bit intoxicating that way. Every single guy you hear from just tells you how much he loves football, can't wait to get work and compete, and they don't know what they got. And every coach of any player who's new to join us tells us this guy's the best guy I've ever coached in 20 years. I mean, it's just fun to see the new blood, isn't it? There's definitely, and the new vibe isn't complete yet because you got to start representing the brand, playing games on Sunday afternoon against, 28 other cities. But man, that vibe is strong coming from down there, E.
Well, that vibe's strong,
isn't it?
Sir.
And vibes ain't worth W's. That's a V. It's only half a W. Hey, well, I just came up with something. Huh? Vibes are strong, but it's only half the W. You got to go out and win that other half on the field. I think this team, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just a sucker fan. I don't know. Most of the cynical ones around me don't see it like I do, so it makes me think that I probably am just putting a little bit too much into the hope category. But I don't see a terrible roster here, E.
I don't either.
I see a roster that's been greatly improved. Now, a lot of this hinges on trusting the guys they brought in are dogs, because we haven't been doing that in the past. Our free agents in draft class, if we add 15 new players, like named players through the draft and free agency in offseason, if we get a couple to really contribute, it's been an eye opener. But if these dudes, if the Tutons and the Milums and the Ranshaws, if these guys come in ready to contribute in areas that need a little bit of a boost, the guys that we consider afterthoughts, the Jaguars certainly don't. They built a reputation out there in Los Angeles of finding guys, impact players, starters in rounds 4, 5, 6, 7. Not just Kyron Williams, not just Puka Nacua, not just a couple of flashy offensive players, linebackers who start, D linemen and offensive linemen who start on a good team, the Rams, a playoff team. Gave the Eagles maybe their toughest game in the postseason. And so we don't even, a guy like McLeod, who they take from Auburn in round 5 or 6, whichever one it was, we don't even, he's not even in our consciousness. And we're well trained, by the way, because whoever that 5th or 6th round defensive lineman is in our history, move along from thinking about him, he ain't going to do nothing. You know how I know this?
How you know this?
Because he never has for us. We've never drafted a defensive lineman in round 5 or 6 who's done anything. Not one. That's the problem. Herein lies the rub. But, hey, you know what? I'll bank on that optimism for now until we see these intangibly rich football players put that physical side into play as well. But, man, I know Tony Baselli very well. I know his mindset. I know his vibe. I know what his presence means down there. And I'm not saying that's the be-all, end-all. Tony's role down there is what it is. It is not that ultimate making all the decisions and calling the plays and setting the depth chart and all that. That's not it. But it is important to have a principle. We need a principle. You can have the friggin' National Teacher of the Year. And you can have all of the others, the best day-to-day leadership. You need somebody in that doggone office who has got a standard of expectation that he's not going to lower ever. You're going to get there one way or the other. It's never coming down. And I'm sure everyone that we've had employed here thinks that way or felt that way, but they weren't true to it or didn't know how to do it. I trust a dude who was a 2-star, playing offensive line in Colorado who became a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I'll trust that mentality, that grind, that goal setting and reaching over what we've had here. And again, just from the mindset, from the vibe party, that's that Baselli influence is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, figuring out this hot prospect from Eastern Illinois is who they should grab. That'll never be what he does, nor should it be. Half that W is the V. It's the vibe. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. Always good vibes for men. Best in town, man. These dudes are just awesome, and hopefully you never have a need for them. Sometimes it's doing stuff preventative in advance. Like I got the big oak trees on my property, and once they start to fall in this house, man, you got to get them off, lest you end up with critters in the attic and a whole lot of other headaches. And my guys have come out a couple times. Got to do it again. Y'all listening out there this morning? Any of y'all in the Custom Tree Surgeons trucks this morning? Yeah, call your boss Scotty and tell him we need to talk. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM, the home of the playoff-bound Jaguars.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Your home for Florida Gators baseball is 1010XL.
After taking 2 out of 3 from top-ranked Texas, the Gators try to roll the Crimson Tide. Florida, Alabama. Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon on 1010 a.m.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at hodgesmazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jax Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jax Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation. Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's superior craftsmanship and timeless design. Right now, buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third at 60% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires May 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
The road to the playoffs is paved by a strong off-season.
That is the game within the game.
Navigate the way with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
That's a beautiful thing.
AA Automotive on Richard Street. Family run since 1954.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com.
Tucker Equipment Rental in Neptune Beach. You just don't rent quality machines, you rent quality customer service. Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Dave. Tucker Equipment Rental has been supplying Jacksonville with equipment and event rental for over 50 years.
From commercial and homeowner projects, we've got what you need. Lifts, dirt equipment, and landscape equipment.
And don't forget about event rentals. From festivals to weddings to backyard barbecues.
Local, knowledgeable, and always ready to help.
Tucker Equipment Rentals.
You need it, we've got it, come see us.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300. Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here on the drill. We've been accused by Mr. Tennessee ET, Sunshine Pumpers Network, hosted by ET and yeah.
That's another hater.
The soft J, yeah. Yeah, man, you take your storm chasing somewhere else, man. Dark clouds somewhere else. Miserable people. I mean, you can't get ever optimistic. What the heck, man? Stop it.
Can't raid on my parade, buddy.
Yeah. So the schedule release is the big thing now. The Jags have had some like super home runs in the past, right? They put together that Hollywood, scenario the one year and scripted and all that good stuff. They put together some good ones. They took advantage of a hot social media trend, but if you don't really follow the guy or the trend, then it just went right over your head. And I'm in that category. What's this dude's name? What is it? Ashton Hall.
Ashton Hall.
And so he's a local guy. And by the way, if you watch it, you'd think you're looking at a Jaguar getting ready to go for his workouts.
For sure.
But his virality, if that's a word, is that he just posts kind of his morning routine every day.
Yeah, he shared his morning routine like about a month and a half
he's local.
ago.
He's a Jacksonville guy, Jaguar fan.
Correct. He's a Jacksonville guy. Well, I think he doesn't live in Jacksonville, but from Jacksonville.
Okay.
Went to high school, I want to say at First Coast.
Okay. All right. So anyway, he's very popular on social media and his routine. So they did a kind of a play off his routine, and they were as part of his routine and showing that they were alluding to some of the Jaguars' opponents or the schedule, and then they showed the thing full screen. But again, not really knowing Ashton Hall or we're back to that word vibe-y. Kind of went over my head a little bit. I tell you, I do completely understand after working with this guy for, gosh, I bet you 30 years now. Close to it. Mike DeRocco.
D-Rock.
I know D-Rock from way back now. I mean, we're going way back. We're playing Media League softball against each other, ET, before either one of us have children. Okay? Our kids are both grown and gone and have kids of their own. Anywho, I say this because D-Rock is our embedded ESPN reporter here in Jacksonville. They leave They leave that man out in some desolate outposts sometimes, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They start, yes, D-Rock, we understand you're embedded there in Jacksonville. We're going to have to ask you to just hold your spot there. Hold your spot. We're going to circle back in 9 months. We're going to drop you some rations. Well, we gave ET's very optimistic 12-5 prediction. I went through the road and got us to 10-7. I'll stand by it. There's no bit there. That's not some crazy, if you hit the ceiling prediction. I'm going to go 10-7. I like that schedule, man. Look, the difficulty is in the first 7 or 8 there. Outside of that Carolina game, that's a tough little stretch. We're just throwing dubs at it left and right, but you're what? You're at Cincinnati, you're Houston, you're at San Francisco, you're Kansas City at home, you're in prime time. You got to play the Rams in London. That's tough stretch football games for a 4-13 team. I get it how. People might look at anyone predicting, a winning record through that 7-game stretch. That might be overly optimistic. I don't think I did. I think I had us 3-4. Nonetheless, the schedule does get easier on the backside. Anywho, here is Mike Duraco and his prediction on the Jaguars' record and results after the schedule came out yesterday, okay? They're going to open against Carolina. I like that, E. Let's get Bryce Hunter in here. Bryce Young, rather. And we got Travis Hunter ready to make his hopefully sparkling debut.
Oh, he's going to have a touchdown and an interception for game first week.
Okay. I'm down. I mentioned the Jags opening stretch. It seems tougher by opponent, but they do get 4 of their first 6 games at home. That includes the Monday nighter against the perennially defending AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs. But after the Week 8 bye, they play on the road 4 times in 5 games, but those are kind of favorable matchups, and they have some more favorable matchups late. So if they can survive, I think, until, the end of October, November, if they can get to the 10-game mark, ET at 5-5, they might be in really good shape.
Yeah.
Here's how D-Rock predicts them. Oh, he doesn't do game by game. Are you kidding me? I thought this was a game by game. Here is his bold prediction. So while I don't have a game by game, this would be an indication. Bold prediction: the Jags will head into the Chiefs matchup 4-0. Oh, okay. Just said those are the tough games, man. All right, now if they are 4-0, ET, your 12-5 is going to be correct.
Looking real good.
So welcome to the Sunshine Pumpers show with Yef, ET, and now D-Rock. But yeah, D-Rock's bold prediction. The Jaguars are headed to the Chiefs matchup 4-0 after beating the Panthers in the opener. They'll go on the road and upset a Bengals team that has struggled at the start of the last 2 seasons. We've pointed that out over and over. The home matchup against Houston will be the first time the teams have played since that cheap shot, he did, my words, not his, ended Trevor's 2024 season. So the Jags are going to be ready to roll in a revenge game. They will then go to San Francisco and upset the 49ers, who let 17 free agents, including key starters, walk this offseason. Listen, those would all be impressive wins, but man, winning at San Francisco, winning at even more impressive than winning at Cincinnati. Only because of the Jags' history of failure. Rich failure. Deep, rich, stinky, mucky failure of playing out on the West Coast or in the Pacific time zone in general. And they got, 2 or 3 matchups set up that way this year. So, anyway, I will say this, while I don't see his overall record, maybe it's buried in the column here and I didn't find it. I think, by the way, Jags against the Chiefs, haven't beat them since 2009. They're 0-8, including the playoffs against Kansas City. So that'll be a lot of recent history, and even some of it not so recent. They'll be trying to shed on Monday Night Football. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. All right. Let's see. I'm just looking at his takeaways here. They have overall strength of schedule the 9th easiest. Their over-under in Vegas is 7.5. And predict the games overall. But if he's got him 4-0 going into Kansas City again, After the Kansas City game, you got Seattle. Then you're in London for the Rams. And in the second half, you're at the Raiders, at the Texans, Chargers at home, at the Chargers, at the Cardinals, at the Titans, Colts at home, Jets at home. There's a lot of winnable games there. But that's if you're a winning football team. That's where you're going to buy into the happy talkie. All right, let me hit on just a couple of things. We'll come back with a football fix. NBA playoffs, Celtics stay alive. They do. They step up. It was Derek White who took on that role of Robin, I guess. Had over 30 points last night. Back-to-back games with 6 made three-pointers. So the Celtics going to have to ride what they hope is a hot hand from three-point land. The Knicks built a 6-point lead late first half, but leads in the NBA these days are cheap, man. They are cheap, and they fold like cheap suits. So Boston pulled ahead. This time they didn't let New York come back, and they'll head back to Madison Square Garden. The Knicks lead 3-2, but now the pressure starts to get applied at least a little bit. They don't want to go back for a Game 7 in Boston. You don't want to put yourself in a position to, blow a 3-1 series lead. I just get a sense this is not Boston's year, and then New York will have that answer in Game 6, but we shall see. Meanwhile, Golden State just limped out feebly after they lost Steph. They were able to win Game 1 after Curry went down, and then just meebly and feebly and weakly and meekly just said, yeah, we gone. And Minnesota moves on. Conference Finals, second year in a row. The Oklahoma City and Denver will play tonight. OKC can wrap that thing up at 4-2, so there's that. Man, there are a couple of guys right now, E.T., out there on the college / in one case, NBA landscape. 2 moves now, all that are left. Right now, if you look at the Florida Gators, you're defending national champions in basketball. If you look at all of the early top 25s, Florida, you'll find them somewhere between like 15 and 25. There are a couple of fruits dangling on the tree out there. One, Florida's already taken a couple of big, huge bites of it. It's just a matter of that fruit want to stay on the plate. And the other is what would just fill out the dinner plate just perfectly to allow Florida to stay on the kind of run that last year ended in a national title. And I would say if they get these 2 pieces of fruit on the plate, the Gators are suddenly going to be top 10, top 5 in the preseason polls. Like one of those is Alex Condon in his situation with the NBA draft. Does he stay in the draft and roll the dice on being a late first rounder? Or take the chances of being a second rounder and not having guaranteed money and not having a rookie scale, having to, do that leg work, the same kind of leg work you do for, say, I don't know, an NIL in Florida, a 7-figure one, I'm sure. So, right now I think that's 50-50 until we get the absolute, grade and lay down and projection from the NBA. And if it says mid to late second round, I bet you Condon comes back and tries to become maybe even a top 10 pick next year. So say Condon comes back. And then the next guy is this cat Boogie Fland, who was a 5-star recruit. He's like Clayton. That's who he is. He's not as good. I'm not gonna say he's Walter Clayton, but that's the kind of player he is. He's a dominant 2-way player. He's averaged at Arkansas last year as a freshman, a McDonald's All-American. Came in for the first 15, 16 games. He averaged 16 points, 6 assists. Then he broke a hand or hurt a hand. He was never the same. Went to the draft, didn't like what he saw. Decides to go back to college, but he's not going back to Arkansas, who's kind of filled up their backcourt in his stead. And the Gators are among 2 or 3 teams that are in line for his services and quite frankly are considered the favorite. And if Todd Golden somehow wakes up, already haven't gotten that Xavier Lee kid from Princeton, and then he adds Boogie Fland, you're just kind of piecing together another Elijah Martin, Walter Clayton type of backcourt. You mix those in with the focus that you can put on the big men this year, because if you do have Chinyelu and Condon, deciding to come back for another year, and then you put in, Tommy Houck and you hand locked in. I mean, it is again, get these 2 guys on the roster, and suddenly all those preseason polls are going to have Florida rightly as a top 10 team. Because they're going to have a kind of similar makeup, not the same guys. They're not winning the national title next year. That's not the prediction. Walter Clayton comes along a generation. 25, 30, 40 years, you get a player like Walter Clayton who does what he did at Florida last year. But there'll be a really, really good basketball team who will be a I bet a top 2 seed if Boogie Flan chooses Florida out of the portal and Alex Condon comes back out of the draft process. Football Fix when we return. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Final weekend of college baseball's regular season. The Florida Gators are hosting Alabama. Game 1 of their weekend series today. The Gators are the $2.20 favorite in Gainesville. Alabama plus 170. Florida 23-3 in their last 26 against the Crimson Tide. Florida State closing out the regular season this weekend at home at North Carolina. Seminoles, another 45 favorite in Game 1 today. North Carolina plus 114 on the money line. Jacksonville Jaguars will open up the season September the 7th at Everbank Stadium, a 3.5-point favorite over the Carolina Panthers, 46.5 the total. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/G-Bank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Hey there, Jacksonville. With scorching temperatures just around the corner, it's crucial to ensure your AC is blowing nice and cool. Duck Duck Air Conditioning is here to keep you comfortable all summer long. But don't wait until the heat gets here. Our service techs are ready right now to handle any cooling issues you may have at your home or business. Call Duck Duck AC today at 904-862-6769 to schedule. That's 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning. Online at duckduckac.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise and towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hey, it's Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. In summertime, it really can stretch out most of the year because we love the warm temperatures here in the Sunshine State. Greg, give them an idea of what Honda has to offer.
They are all over the board. They've got Honda scooters, Honda motorcycles, we've got Honda boats, we've got Honda side-by-sides. So whatever you like, we've got it.
That means adventure is waiting.
That's right, and we're ready for you.
In the showroom, you can find all that Honda has to offer on Atlantic near Regency, or check out Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather starting to turn for the better, look ahead. Get that backyard ready for spring with a new screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime enclosures and Lifetime flooring. They truly are best in the business. If you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime enclosures and Lifetime flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey guys, Coach Campo here. We just left Tony D's Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295. My wife is still raving about the eggplant parmesan. At Tony D's, it's more than just pizza. I'll see you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatsiège experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
If you're heading to the Og or you're already part of the nation's oldest, don't forget to drop into Sunset Grill. For over 30 years, serving up great chowder, seafood, wings, and cold beer. Sunset Grill, somewhere on A1A, St. Augustine Beach.
It's the big reveal. Wow. How will the Jags do this season? Listen all day for our team's thoughts on the Jags' potential wins and losses. Revealed by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. And Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Marshall, Will, and Holly on the routine expedition. Met the greatest earthquake ever known.
And that raft, E.T. Headed down that raft.
Literally headed down the raft right now.
Right now, down the rapids. Uh-oh. Oh, we opened up a time hole here. Yeah, where are we right now? Where are we?
To the land of the lost.
Yeah, I remember the last time the Carolina Panthers came to town.
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, they were the land of the lost ball games.
It do look like
a slee stack. See what a slee stack looks like, E.T.? That's a slee stack. Now you see where I'm coming from. The Panthers owner threw a drink on Jaguars fans, then lied about it on his way out of town. NFL did nothing. Let's bar the slee stack from the stadium when we open this year. Just saying. You enjoyed that little show open that I
You was on cue. They when you said down the rabbit. They was literally in the rabbit. And then the slee stack showed up.
Yeah, that little
do look like them.
Yeah, little kids all over the country get up and watch that thing back in their 70s. All right, I got a Daily's double take. Then we're going to give you some NFL news and notes. Get through it quick here. Hicken Rival and his thoughts on the schedule and more. We got be tracking the PGA Championship round 1. I think they tee off at like 7. So we'll have we'll be tracking some stuff there. All right, ET, I'm gonna run something by you here.
It's good.
All right, you got a calendar in front of you? Yeah. I've never done this.
Yep.
This is the first time I've done this in the history of my broadcasting career. Never done this. Never done this public action or this private action publicly like I'm about to do right now. I'm about to put in an official work request. Okay? I don't need HR. I don't need any forms. I'm officially putting in a vacation request right now, right here today. This is real.
Ooh.
Like I'm letting you know right now what days I'm going to need off.
All right,
because I'm going to go on vacation. Like Hicken's always, nudging me, take a vacation here, do this, do that. But I have stepped into a Daily's double this morning because I got a good friend base. You got to have good friends, E.
Got to have good friends.
Got good friends that put stuff together that you haven't even put together yet. Well, it's now been put together for me.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm not stepping on any toes on any toes. You Heeligans want to go have a cabana party? Knock your boots off, girls. I'm not going to work for nobody. I'm taking a vacation. But the Jags play the Raiders November 2nd.
Oh.
And then November 3rd in the T-Mobile Arena on college basketball's opening night, the Florida Gators play Arizona.
Ooh.
Oh.
I see what you did there.
Oh, baby. So I think I'd just like to officially ask, I'm going to just take off that week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, coming off of that Sunday, Monday doubleheader. I'll give you guys a call in the morning. I'll still be partying hard on the streets of Vegas. When you boys hit the air on Monday morning. I'll be getting, heck, I may even work a Monday morning show for you. There'll probably be some equipment out there. I may even join you after the Jags Raiders on the Sunday. And then I'm staying Monday for the Gators in Arizona in that college basketball opener. And then I'm going to take the rest of the week off. You boys have a good time.
Thank you.
I've just officially, for the first time in my broadcast career, I've aired my clean laundry. There it is right there. Official vacation request lodged on air. So I can catch that back-to-back. A little bit of Raiders and a little bit of
bite to bite.
Raiders and Gators. Boom, boom. Just like that.
Good boy, stay hot.
Boy, sometimes the sports gods, little G, they just throw you a little bonus, don't they?
They do.
Like your team's doing something. It's like I overheard Hicken talking, who when he takes a little trip here doing something else, but they're going to go through New York. And, with the Knicks alive, what would have been just seeing a Mets game becomes you can see a Mets game and a Knicks game in the playoffs, right? Sometimes it just throws it on you a little bit. So, yeah, there's my Daily's double take. All you Gator/Jaguar fans, what a fun little back-to-back that would be with NFL football on Sunday, and then I think it's Monday night. The next night's, I think it's literally college basketball opening night, or it's at least the opener for the Gators. So Arizona and Florida. By the way, if you go to that, it's part of a doubleheader. The other one, you got BYU Villanova. E.T.
Look at that.
Oh, it's brought to you by the Dash. Enjoy the Dash this morning, gang. Fill her up on the delicious food and that fresh ground coffee, locally sourced. Fire up the band. We got a football fix. I'm going to give you some headlines. We'll talk a lot of schedule. What always happens. The big premier teams got a ton of primetime games. You can go look them up if you want. Chiefs, I think, got 6. Eagles got a ton. Commanders got a bunch. The standbys get their games. Even teams like the Jags that are bad get a couple more primetimers than we do because of the markets they come from. So you see the Bears and the Jets and the Giants all getting more primetime games than the Jaguars' grand total of 1. Well, we'll face the Kansas City Chiefs in the Monday Nighter. Too early to flex, so at least we do know it'll go primetime. We'll see if we're ready for primetime players. We haven't been, and the Jags' record against the Chiefs, oof. Lost 8 in a row against the Chiefs. By the way, Eagles-Chiefs will rematch the Super Bowl in Week 2 with the schedule unveiled. These good teams that are coming off of good years and play first-place schedules, man, I look at some of these early seasons. You got Bills and Ravens and Chiefs, and Eagles and Chiefs. It is slugfest. Ben Johnson, who obviously was part of the washing machine cycle of offseason speculation here in Jacksonville, ended up with Chicago Bears. He will open against the Minnesota Vikings in division. Opening up that's, by the way, is a Monday Night Football. I did see this. Monday Night Football this year has like 3 of those doubleheader nights. I don't understand those. All it does is take some of the spotlight off of what the Monday Night Football game would have been. But anyway, Christmas is now officially set. We already told you about the Chiefs playing Christmas night, but you're going to have Detroit, Minnesota, and Dallas and Washington. Those same teams all play Thanksgiving in some form or fashion. It's Detroit and Green Bay. It was Dallas. Was that the Chiefs-y on Thanksgiving that Dallas had? It was a good team. I remember thinking that. I'm like, oh, thank God it's not the Giants again. Or, is it maybe Ravens, Bengals? Does that sound right? Thanksgiving night? Bunch of good games.
Yeah, it was a great, Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
You know what? Good on you, Seattle. Especially if you have fans that want to buy them. But they're monitoring the ticket resellers and how they might limit renewals based off of it. I'm okay with that, man. It's annoying to have home field advantage and give it up to an army of visitors. How are they getting the tickets to a sold-out stadium? From our own fans. And I get why they're doing it in the age of capitalism, but if you're the organization, you'd probably like to keep it as true to it as you can. Hicken arrival more coming your way now. That's a football fix brought to you by the Sharks and the Jointon Creek Golf Club.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Okay, stop. This is a family movie.
Sports talk and entertainment for Jacksonville. This is 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm Attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
At IHRS, we're passionate about solving your hair loss. We're clients too. With the latest hair transplant technology, FDA-approved laser hair therapy, and PRP, we guarantee solutions for both men and women. Call now for a free consultation and receive $250 off. Hair restoration is for me, and it can be for you too. Go to hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477.
The Peace Lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com, powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound & Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound & Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Baker Glass. The Jacksonville Jaguars have officially announced their 2025 NFL regular season schedule, featuring a mix of home and away games, including primetime matchups and international appearances. Starting with the season opener at home against the Carolina Panthers on September 7th, followed by a primetime appearance on Monday night, October 6th at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Gators baseball team, who returned to the D1 Baseball Top 25 rankings, coming in at number 23, gear up to wrap up the regular season at home with a 3-game series against the 18th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide starting tonight, entering the matchup with a 5-series winning streak and now winning 23 of their previous 26 contests against the Crimson Tide. The Gators look to continue that streak with first pitch tonight at 6:30. Catch the game live on 10:10 a.m. It's 68 degrees at 7:04. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! Come on, E!
I'm here.
Hit those skins!
I'm here.
We went to Boston. We laid an egg. Those referees, they can bite me. 5,000 a quarter on JB. How does that happen?
So off key.
How? Hey, good to be here. I don't have much today. I'd like to leave right now. I'm in a bad mood. I really don't want to talk about sports. I'm going to focus on the schedule today. The Celtics screwed us! How do you get 5,000 one quarter? More stressed than I thought you'd. 5,000 one quarter. That what happened to Brunson? Yeah.
Brunson Burner.
Did he foul 5 times?
No.
Why didn't they challenge any of those?
One side and the other.
Did they
One
charge?
side. No.
Then why they should have challenged? If your guy gets his 5th, then you should, because that was third quarter. I saw that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It just
his 5th came late third.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Because I was surprised.
He had to sit.
And that was kind of a iffy call there, but it did look like he raked him a little bit. But I wasn't watching real
very depressing
closely.
I thought we had him.
Yeah.
We played a good half.
Yeah, up 6.
They played very good defense, though.
Yeah, up 6, and yeah,
actually I got up 8 or 9 in the second quarter.
Okay, yeah,
and then they came back and tied
threes,
it. But I was fine. Yeah,
back-to-back 22 threes, never been done in playoff history. You know, we make fun of the the 14 for 70 or whatever stupidity it was.
You can't give them open looks though, man. We give so many open looks.
It might, in a way, because of what they've become, the loss of Tatum is minimized if a guy like Hauser hits threes.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's the same threes Tatum would hit. He's not near as good overall. I mean, Tatum's a good defender too, so it's surprising that I'll be surprised if you don't win Game 6. I will. I'm not just saying that to
I mean, they bloody my guy and
he didn't
even call it flagrant.
Yeah. He looked like it was in
he was
title
gushing.
fight.
Yeah, he was gushing.
That's one of those he catches just on that sharp part of that.
I'll tell you what
eyeball.
else. Jaylen Brown was such a flop. Like you get through 5 games, you really start to hate.
Yeah, I didn't watch enough to feel all these vibes. I just jumped in. I got my own frustrations.
Yeah.
I can't hold a 4-1 lead against it's a terrible team. So whatever. So, anyway.
Well, we had our skipper decided we were just going to throw a game.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
We're just going to throw it. And we got today off, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to tell Soto he's not playing.
Yeah,
Soto didn't play, but I mean, it changes everything.
Annoying.
And then it just
they all count.
They all count.
Again, we're going to look back.
Got a chance to knock them out.
Yeah, we had one earlier in the year. I told you it counts, and now this is another one. You're up 4-1 in the 7th. You got to hold the blame lead, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that happens. Happens a lot.
Bullpen's not great.
But anyway, that's all. That's nothing aside. We got the
Let's
schedule.
have fun with the schedule.
Let's have fun with the schedule.
So JET and I get to put them in the playoffs.
Schedule. We'll get in an argument. We'll do that.
Yeah, who's arguing? We'll get
because I got to keep it real. You guys go crazy.
I think I kept it real. I don't know if 10-7 is going crazy, but
10-7 is kind of
it's not a difficult schedule.
6-game jump.
Yeah,
it's not. We might be 1-5.
Yeah, I don't think
in October.
I don't think we'll be 1-5.
I hope not.
Yeah,
but
it's a tough 6-game stretch. To your point, out of the gate, but also a couple winnable games. You'll find out. There's a lot of you'll find outs. There's some shoulds. There's some find outs. And
they've done nothing to
no-brainers.
This franchise has done nothing to make me come out. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to.
You don't think they're a lot better than they were at the end of last year?
A lot better?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Why?
Travis Hunter first and foremost.
Okay,
we have an unbelievable passing game now. I mean, or potentially nothing like it. Not since Jimmy and Keenan. So first and foremost, that's
yep.
That jumps you, and I like the depth. Again, the intangibles are great when these press conferences start.
What depth?
Dan, they have 8 new offensive linemen. They have cleared out the weakest group.
Which ones are the stars?
We got 2 they've got 2 new starters.
Okay,
they've got. I don't under. You're backtracking on what you've been excited about. Now that we're talking about,
because I got to keep it real.
Take your salty behind on somewhere, Dan.
No, I won't eat.
No, it's
because you're the opposite.
I had a real question.
12-5 guy over there.
I have a real question.
It's ridiculous.
I have a real question.
Yeah.
Your talk about the offensive line is something you have been.
Put your pom poms down for just a second.
Hey,
take your whistle.
You can keep your pom poms.
Get your Jaguars roar uniform on.
It's National Pom Pom Day.
Get over there.
Yeah.
Sit next to Tiffany and.
Okay, so anyway, I think the O line is better. I think the receiving core is 1,000 times better.
Okay, I can't just let you say I think
the O line is better.
Why? Because we got a backup center.
Because it's been bad, and they got new guys. They got new starters.
Is the guy we got better than Morse? But is the guy we got better than Morse?
Yeah, I think so.
Why? He wasn't even starting for Tampa.
Well, did you see what Morse ranked as a center last year?
What do you rank?
22nd.
What do you think? You think this guy's going to rank 10?
I think he'll rank higher.
He didn't even start last year.
Well,
on a team. That means he's below 32.
Well, no, unless Tampa's center is 5, which I don't know. I was a rookie.
Exactly.
I don't know. Okay. My point is, you're asking me my opinion on where they've improved.
Yeah, but you got to give me anybody can say they improved, but you got to give me reasons why.
My reasons that I think they've improved is they have 8 new offensive linemen to a terrible group.
Yeah, but they're new. It doesn't matter. They're not necessarily better. Who do they?
I think that a 16-game. This is what I think. And I'm not changing my mind. I think a 16-game starter for the Ravens at guard is better than a 16-game starter for the Jaguars at guard. I think that's an improvement.
Did he start 16 games?
Yes, Macari did.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
No, and he hasn't been a full-time starter in his career. Don't get me wrong. I hate our offensive line, Dan.
Okay.
So you're asking me, do I think they're improved? You're darn right I do. Okay. We got 8 guys. We got guys now that have been on the rotation on teams that went to the Super Bowl. Not schleps. That's all. That's what it feels like to me.
Okay.
And by the way, do they need to be right on those? Yeah, they need to be right. And that's trust that hasn't been earned yet. I'm just kind of granting it for now.
That's an off-season move, though.
Okay,
that's an off-season trust.
Some of the personnel moves aren't, though. If you get the number 2 pick in the draft, there's going to be a dynamic player on both sides. That's an immediate uptick to me.
Yeah. I'm like I've said since day one, there better be.
That could be worth 2 or 3 wins, just him.
4 or 5 guys in that draft class that contribute mightily for this Jaguar team to be much better. To be a playoff team.
Well, and the defense has to be
They're going to be better because
it feels like the defense is just.
I think they'll be better because
completely off the rails last year. Was just poorly led and poorly coached and poorly executed and poorly played.
That's also a fair hope.
I feel that's all I mean. So again, today is the day, man. It's not week 4 of 1 and 3 trying to sell these arguments.
But what's better?
I feel the team's
on the
better.
Defense.
What's better on the defense? Yeah. You have a player back in position. You have a veteran, additional outside pass rusher we haven't had.
We don't know that if he's any good.
But
we know we don't got Dewey back there playing safety this year.
I think he's better.
Says you. Wait till we see the competition.
I think he's
They're gonna
better.
Have competitive. What if he wins the job?
Right.
You gonna eat your words?
Right.
I think he's better than the 0 sacks we got from the position last year. Outside of Walker and Allen, we didn't have an edge rusher with a sack. Not a one.
Who's better?
Agba.
Oh, you're talking about Agba?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Armstead.
No, I'm talking about Agba moving outside. That's a veteran pass rusher we've been asking for.
Yes.
We haven't had. That's an improvement to the defense.
Okay.
In conjunction, I think what will be an improvement. Now, again, You got to hope that Mason Smith, there's growth there that improves. I'm not even counting that. Taking Ogba, I'm moving inside. I got 2 pass rushers that have proven to be 15-sack guys. I've got Armstead now on the inside, and I've got a rotational piece I haven't had. My cornerbacks are better. Lewis is better than Darby. And I've added Travis Hunter as the rotating piece.
Okay.
But Lewis and Jones and Campbell are better than Darby, Jones, and Campbell, or Darby, Brown, and Campbell. So I'm better at corner.
Okay.
Now, are they better at safety? How good can Ranshaw be? How quickly? I don't know. I'm going by, for most of these thoughts are from, except for Travis Hunter, from proven guys. Those players that I mentioned are, Jordan Lewis. Those are proven players that have played in the league. And
I think there are certain things that.
So, again, I didn't just describe for you a Super Bowl contender.
No.
That's not my argument. I'm saying 10-7 isn't.
10-7 is a great year.
It's a good year. You're right.
10-7 is a great year.
What you think about 12-5?
12-5 is, I don't want to say this because you'll get mad at me, but
you ready?
The word that comes to mind is idiotic.
Hick, you ready for this one? We redid it again this morning.
Oh, no.
No, we with 12-5 again, losing the finale at home to the Titans.
Oh, we got to lose that one because we would have been 13-4.
Because we sitting our starters, baby.
That's a dub, he said. We're sitting our starters. I love him. Yeah. I'm all for it. I'll get, if those pom-poms were out, I'll get you some fresh ones, man.
Oh, my God.
We need that. We need that optimism around here, doggone it. Huh?
Why do we? Because we have it every year, and then we get kicked in the nuts,
sports,
and then everybody sits there and says,
because we haven't had many chances to just do a complete reset. So
Last
while we
year-
reset
last
and we
year
cleanse
at this-
the palate, I'm not
last
going to
year-
muck it up with old food.
Last year at this time,
That was different.
You were telling us to say
Peterson and Balky, there's nothing.
No. You were even more
Completely
more
different.
optimistic.
Completely
you were
different.
more optimistic than you are this year.
Completely different.
You were even more optimistic.
We were coming off a 9-8 year.
Yeah, we were 4-13.
We were coming off a 9-8 year.
Yeah, but you were more optimistic last year at this time.
Because
you told all those people out there we were going big places.
Because we were coming off a 9-8 year, it made sense to be more optimistic.
You told them all.
We made sense to be more optimistic. We were coming off 9-8.
A lot of things make sense. That's the beauty of the
things fell
NFL.
apart
You know what
last
else
year.
is beautiful right now?
I do know this, and I don't care what you say. You are what you are. I've been doing this long enough. I'm not going to be bullied off this opinion. This football team, that
bullying.
roster last year.
This is not bullying.
Okay, a lot better than a 4-win team. I've seen 4-win teams. I know what a 4-win Jaguar team looks like. And this roster we have is 1,000 times better. If this team played any other 4-12 team in Jaguar history, they'd beat them by 3 touchdowns. That's why. That's why I think it's.
I don't think they're a 4-13 team either.
Well, bottom line, I'm going to go.
I agree with Liam Cohen that they're better than 4-13.
Well, there you go.
But
much better.
But the jump to 10-7 is an awful big jump.
I got an awful lot that you're going to have to really be super negative not to put an automatic check mark on. There's 4 or 5 on here that are up as close to automatic check you could give a team like the Jags.
For example,
the Colts at home, the Panthers at home, the Jets at home, the Titans at home.
Okay.
There's 4.
Okay.
And by the way, if you want to give me half and half, like half credit for each, you could put Seattle at home in that category.
I'll bet you
could put at the Colts in that territory. You could put at the Titans, all winnable games. None of these.
I won't make this
None
bet.
of these are at Baltimore.
I won't make this bet because I never want to root against my team again.
Well, yeah, you do.
But I'll bet you right now.
I'll bet you we won't be 1-5. You threw that one out.
I'll bet you any amount of money you got in your pocket.
$1 zillion.
There you go. That they won't win all those games you just mentioned.
No. And you go ahead and check all the automatic losses with your record that's coming, and I'll bet you any amount of money that 2 of those will be wins. That's the NFL.
Let me give the Dream Finders poll questions real quick, and we'll brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes. They're the official builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the PGA Tour, and the Florida Gators.
That's a lot. It's a full plate.
I got 2. A Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day. Best part of the Jags schedule. Best part of the Jags schedule is, by the way, you can get a 4.99% fixed interest rate right now, 15 different locations throughout Jacksonville.
15 of them things.
Thank you, E. Just go to dreamfindershomes.com. Tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you. Best part
Maybe
of
they're going to be 15-2. Maybe that's been this.
Oh.
You know.
Wow, E. I'd like to see you go down that road. Do you think when we do the video presentation
He'll
that
do
we're
12-5 again? He's done it twice.
No, I know, but when we do that, maybe we could get in a pushing match.
You two could. Yeah.
What do you think, E?
That back seat's
Shoving and pushing.
That back seat's a tempestuous place, man. A couple of back seaters here, man.
Well, that's the beauty of the back seat.
I know.
Best part of the Jags schedule: opening at home, Monday Night Football at home versus Kansas City, Vegas road trip, baby, or season ender at home against Tennessee. What's the best part of the Jags schedule?
Yeah, that's easy.
That's easy.
Okay, what do you got?
Monday nighter.
Monday night
All right,
football.
let's light this bandbox up and go get a win. We haven't beaten the Chiefs in the last 8 tries.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. I like going prime time. Our only prime time game, a home game, get to showcase. Let's go play.
That's the leader with 52%.
What do they got? 4 games in at that point? That game 5?
Mm-hmm. Opening at home.
What do you make of D-Rock having them 4-0 at that point? What is he? Is he dumber than E?
He should. You know what he should do? He's close. You know what he should do? Because he's a journalist.
Should we get him on and ask him?
I would right now if I were ESPN.
Would you fire him?
I'd fire him and I'd hire him at CBS and let him work next to dumbass.
Oh my God!
That's what I would do.
I hope you're not listening.
For that comment.
I hope you're not listening. For that comment.
For that 4-0, that idiocy.
Well, it was a bold prediction.
Oh, it was.
But still, it's prediction's a prediction. I'd have found something bolder. The Jags win 4 games this year, maybe.
52% say Monday Night Football at home. 29.
He had him 5-0 through the first 4.
Oh my God.
Through the first 4. Yeah.
29.1% opening at home. 11.1% season ender against Tennessee. 7.7 Vegas road trip. Bonus Dream Finders Homes poll question. You're welcome, Dream Finders Homes. What do you like least about the Jags schedule? September looks tough. Mid-season London trip, West Coast travel, or Houston 2 times in the first half of the season. In other words, if
I don't hate any of that. I'd say, what was the first one?
September looks tough. Mid-season London trip, West Coast travel, Houston twice in the first half.
I'd say West Coast travel.
E, what say you?
You know, I'm going to go with September looks tough.
Okay. September looks tough, 45.5%. West Coast travel second, 33%. Houston twice in the first half, 13.3%. Mid-season London trip, 8%. So
it is a great chance to get 2 in hand versus the Texans. You can look at it that way.
Well, that's true.
You know, especially that home. There's one game on the schedule that jumps out to me like blaring importance right away, and that's Houston week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out where you at. I mean, they played you again. Another reason to be optimistic. Here are the Texans, who they lost to, in the final seconds both times last year. We're not that far away from the teams ahead of us, too. It also gives you, cause for hope. If
Gotta have
any
hope.
improvements.
Gotta have hope.
So, that Houston game at home early, that's a big one. That's a big one. Week 3, you're probably going to be 1-1. Hopefully you're 1-1. Hopefully you beat Carolina. You're probably going to lose to Cincinnati. And so that Houston game at home will be, and then you're probably going to lose to San Francisco. And then, I had them losing to Kansas City being 2-3.
Kansas City.
Still getting to 10-7. But
all right, well, we'll break it down more. A lot to do today. It's a busy Thursday, the day after the schedule release. Always a lot of fun.
Did you happen to see that little daily double, that little schedule double that fell into place with the Jags schedule yesterday? They play at the Raiders on Sunday and then Florida, Arizona Monday at T-Mobile Arena.
Very nice.
Yeah, the Jaguars Sunday, Gators Arizona, the season opener in college basketball on ESPN.
Road trip.
On Monday night. Yeah, I put in for time off during the last segment.
You already did?
On air.
You already claimed it.
Yeah, I filled it in. No, you can come too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the Hooligans will have equipment out there we can use. Listening to the drill. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
Steve Kerr's a great coach, but I think he's kind of grasping at straws a little bit when he says that the Warriors could have won the NBA championship if Steph Curry had been healthy. I don't know about that, Coach. That sounds like a man who's been doing it a long time. He's got a lot of rings, done a great job, but looks like the baton has been passed, my friend, and the years are going by quick. And all of a sudden, you got a young team like Minnesota going to the Western Conference Finals for the second year in a row. You've got OKC with that 60-plus win season ready to roll. And even the Nuggets, who will try to fight off OKC tonight. So I don't know if you could have gone the distance if Curry remained healthy. He's a great player. There's no question about it. The series would have been different. But to suggest you would win that series, the Western Conference Finals, and the NBA Finals, that's a reach.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Take the straightaway at 200 miles an hour.
He's got him! Oh, there we go!
It's NASCAR's All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Sunday night, NASCAR is tuned up by Maxie's Mechanics on Jacksonville's NASCAR station 1010XL.
Hey, facing some interesting economic times, right? I can't speak for all of us, but for me, it's comforting to know as I watch the Dow go up, the Dow go down, I watch the Dow go up, I watch the Dow go down, I watch the tariffs come out of nowhere. I don't know what they are, but I got ITP partners, and they do. And they can explain it. And they can even explain it to a layman like myself because they have experience, they have expertise, they have knowledge. They've been through it all, man. And so I can call Chris Bryan. I'll call Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, Reed Wingate. I'll call them all. Get their opinions on things. And you know what's great about those guys? They're always there to help. And they're always there to listen. And they're always there to build a strategy for you so your goals can be reached, man. That's what I love about ITP Partners. And they're proud members of the Jacksonville community. A lot of Jacksonville folks, man, taking care of my Jacksonville money. Get in the game. It's a great time to get started. Chris at ITPpartners.com or call them 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP partners. And they're my financial partners for life. Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC expert, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. But if they're paying their salespeople commission, you're starting off in the hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Yo, what's happening, Googans? It's your main man, E to the T here for Twin Peaks, which happens to be the best in the game, by the way. Here are your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and it's bolder fight nights, too. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. And stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late to where you can wind down with some bourbon and some late night bites. And while you're there, the countdown to Twin Peaks 2025 Miss Twin Peaks is on right now, and the voting for Miss Popular is officially live. Head over to 2025misstwinpeaks.com to learn more about the contest and cast your vote for your 5 favorite Twin Peaks ladies. Come on, somebody.
Summer in Jacksonville. Sun's out, flip-flops on, and whoa! Well, there goes Uncle Bob into the pool again. Protect your pool deck with Don't Slip Deck Coatings of Jacksonville. Their multi-layered slip-resistant coatings keep you on your feet, not on your backside. Durable, stylish, and way cheaper than an ER visit. Don't Slip Deck Coatings even has indoor options so your kitchen floor isn't a skating rink. Call 904-466-1839 for a free quote and follow Don't Slip Jacks on Facebook and Instagram.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office in Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation. It's the big reveal.
Wow, wow.
How will the Jags do this season? Listen all day for our team's thoughts on the Jags' potential wins and losses. Revealed by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. And Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
I'm 1010XL's media mogul, Dan Hicken, and before the weekend hits, I break down what to watch and where to be. Catch Musings with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook, provided by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
Don't be sidelined from an injury that keeps you out of the game. Get the care the pros receive. Now available at injury care centers, newly FDA regenerative treatments that will significantly shorten your recovery time. Sprains, strains, fractures, post-op surgeries, cut your recovery time in half or shorter. Masking pain just makes it worse. Fix it now. Call 904-783-0008. That's 904-783-0008. Injury care starts at injury care centers.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Looking for a fun-filled evening the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football, a fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks this Saturday, May 17th. Kickoff at 7. Ask about family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here, looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy. Our Jacksonville Sharks are back in town this Saturday. Discover the thrill of indoor football, fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. This Saturday, May 17th, kickoff 7 o'clock. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. For ticketing, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700.
Go Sharks! 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. Yeah. All right, we got sports concepts. We got sports rationalizations. We've got the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, I like to hand out a prize pack. He says it's razzle-dazzle. E, what do you got today?
I got a pair of tickets to see Brit Floyd live at the Florida Theater. That's going down May 20th. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com, but one lucky winner can hit me up at the end of the 10-minute drill to get 2 of them things. I'll let you, boy.
That's just around the corner, man, by the way. Brit Floyd. Listen, I said it's a big night for the sites, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder, clearly, on these schedule releases, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch me?
Yeah, I mean,
how many did you watch? I mean, I watched a few, and some are good, you know. And then I looked for one list. I just want to see somebody rank them, and the way they had them ranked, I would have had them totally different.
Did they put Minecraft number 1?
I don't remember what was number 1, but I'll give you a few of the Jacksonville's was creative. It was okay.
You got to know who the guy is.
Yeah.
It's a total miss, man. And I don't think the penetration is what that young social media team down there thinks it is.
Well, maybe the young people know it, though. And
maybe.
so maybe they hit their
I don't know. My kids
everybody
are young.
on social media probably is familiar with it.
Like, I knew who he was.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm on social media.
Yeah.
So, but people like you.
I'm on YouTube, though, and I haven't come across him. I haven't come across him.
Yeah. It was fun. It was creative. Like I said, it was creative. Last year's was really
Here's
good.
the problem, though. You say it's creative. Again, I'm not going to pick it apart. I'm not criticizing. I'm not being ultra critical.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. I like my schedule releases to release the schedule as they go.
Yeah.
This was way too just all over. I'm kicking.
Well, a lot of them now.
Keeping up with what the bid is.
Here's the thing. To me, a lot of them now do the bit, and then they throw up the schedule at the end.
But I didn't get the bit because I knew the schedule already. So when you're knocking away this helmet or that, just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. But again, that's just me. I'm not.
That's fine. That's fine. A couple that stood out to me that made me chuckle.
Yeah.
Josh Allen shooting baskets, and the GM calls him and says, how do we do the schedule release?
Yeah.
And Josh goes, I don't know. Why don't you use AI? Everybody's using AI.
That's Allen Iverson.
So you got Allen Iverson.
That was good.
That was funny.
And he just, here's the Bills schedule, and he just read it off.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. He just kind of talked to AI. And then at the end, he goes, can I get a go Bills AI? And he goes, how about go Josh Allen?
And then I like the Bengals. They go to Joe. Here's Joe Burrow they go to Joe Burrow and goes, here's the Cincinnati Bengals schedule. And they just flash up every game like half a frame.
Okay.
That was it. He gets up and walks out.
The Bears did I thought, a creative one.
See it. That's it for what I saw,
Okay,
other than the Jags.
So the Bears did, they had an actor on, and he says, gosh, you win an Emmy, but, doesn't mean you get work, so I'm here doing this. He goes, he gets a call from Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson says, hey, man, can you send me, you got the schedule? Yeah, I got it. Can you email it over to me? Sure. And the guy's like, I don't know how to email. He doesn't know how to do anything. He's an actor. Anyway, he goes, oh, my God. And they go, what? He goes, I just emailed the schedule to every Ben Johnson season ticket holder. And so then they go through, he gets the players, and the players go and they destroy every Ben Johnson who got the schedule's phone so they can't look at it.
Gotcha.
In different ways. Like one is a chef, they throw it in the pot of, so it's kind of funny.
I like that.
That was good. That was a good one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They did, which other ones did I like that I saw? The bunch of little kids riding sheep for the Broncos.
Okay. They do it different in California. Local legal.
Yeah.
Local legal.
Yeah. Houston's was stupid. What's up?
That's way out of fashion.
I didn't get that. The Colts put one out and had to pull it back.
Oh, did they?
Too far? Across the line?
Well, somebody must have said something. So the Colts had to.
So they don't even got one up right now?
Well, I don't know if they do or not. I don't know if they redid it, but the first thing on it, do they open with the Dolphins?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, it's sort of an animated thing, and they had like Tyreek Hill swimming, and the Coast Guard come up and arrest him, which I thought was funny. But I think somebody took offense or whatever. So.
My Coast Guard brethren.
Yes.
Go get him.
Hey,
Yes.
man, you've earned that, buddy.
Yeah.
that could happen.
The Chiefs had a decent one. I thought they did.
They go to the Chiefs-aholic for that one?
No, that would have been good in jail. That would have been a fun one.
Sure.
They did the Chiefs cab, and they had the trivia guy
the cash
driving
cab.
the cab.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was
good.
asking them Chiefs questions.
Yeah, I like that. Have you ever watched the Cash Cab?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, at least 3, 4, 5 of the teams worked in Liam Cohen's Duval.
Oh, yeah? I thought it was only one of them.
No. So when they released the Jaguar part,
They get C&Ds all over
you hear Duval. And I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
You can see why he's not a big fan of it, I guess.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what'll change that?
What's that?
He's got to get a big win. He's got to beat the Chiefs on Monday night.
And then say, Duval.
And then when they give it, when he's getting, he's got, man, I just got to do something here real quick, right? And then he's got to give him the throaties deepest.
That would be good.
And then let that now become do it insane.
Yeah.
Bug your eyes out.
Yeah.
Look like you just stuck your finger in the socket. Just go overboard, crazy man, guttural Duval that will be so odd that they'll never play the other one. That's what you got to do. But it has to be after. It's got to appear organic. It's got to be after a big win. It can't be after training camp. You can't say, hey, wait, I want to fix something. No, it's got to be.
Yeah, big moment.
Natural.
A couple others. The Chargers did a Minecraft edition. That was good.
That would make sense. That's hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last 30 years for that matter.
New England had Portnoy riff on it. Stupid.
Yeah, well, because you're down on Portnoy.
I hate him.
So,
yeah. Kellen Moore, the Saints had Kellen Moore do like a press conference, and then he had the mean Kellen Moore behind him, who was a dude, and saying what Kellen Moore really means. It was okay. What was the other? Oh, I got to give the I'll give the one last one that I saw that I liked. The Titans. They had a good one. They've done some good ones
in the past. Yeah.
Yeah. The Titans did. You know how you?
This is the schedule anxiety one.
Yeah. So you get a drug.
It's like a pharmaceutical
and then
parody ad.
And then each team can bring
has a side effect,
diarrhea, nausea.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good.
That was creative.
And those drug commercials are just so obnoxious.
Right.
They all. If you really listen to a drug commercial these days, and you can't miss them because they make up half of every commercial block, they literally sound like a Saturday Night Live parody ad. They do. By the time they get to the disclaimers, which they now have to put in because they seems as prevalent as actually, attacking what they're meant for.
It is definitely, you know what it's like? I'll tell you exactly what the schedule released by these teams is like. They're like Super Bowl commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Some people like this one, don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody has an opinion. So
I bet you they think about it all year, these social media.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a big day. And congrats to all of them. And again, I give the Jags credit just in the respect that they went out there. I thought it was very creative. I don't know if they necessarily hit a home run on this one like they did last year. They did the script. It was terrific. It's a tough one to top, but it was still very good. So
the Chargers had Anthony Richardson running out of gas.
Yes.
In the Mario Kart. He tied.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I tell you what the Jets did, which was kind of cool. I think this was the Jets one. They had an artist, and then they had like it on a computer, and each painting had another little painting in it, and then he would like make it larger and would go into that, and it was each team. It was kind of cool. So anyway, there are a lot of good ones. You can go check them out there.
By the way, in case you're wondering, the Jags side effect was jock itch. On the Titans schedule.
Okay. Yeah.
We caused jock itch.
Good.
Apparently.
Yes,
Could be worse.
Yeah.
It's better than anal leakage, gang. We'll be back with Doc Murphy next. E.T., tell them what they won.
Oh, I got a pair of tickets to Britt Floyd live at the Florida Theater on May 20th. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com. But one lucky winner can holler at me right now for a free pair of tickets to go see Britt Floyd. Holler at your boy.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. They sacrifice so much.
Hey, I never finished college, and look how I turned out. What's up?
To bring you so little.
Oh, easy. What's with the personal attacks?
And they do it every day. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser are The Drill. Mornings on 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, Hicken here with a game changer. Man, I've tested the field, and I'm going with Checkmate Coatings. That's my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results. Let me tell you about Checkmate Coatings, man. They can coat any floor you got. Driveway, patio, pool deck, garage floors. They do it all, man. And I tell you what, Brendan's got it all together. He's the owner of Checkmate Coatings, local guy, Bishop Kenny grad. Shout out, Brendan. Does a terrific job, has a real understanding of what he's doing. I mean, he can talk floor coatings with you like Murphy talks hitting. Our true Jacksonville crew keeps prices low. They got no massive overhead. They're going to slam dunk your floors at Checkmate Coatings. Just go to checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings. It's your floor's missing piece.
I'm just going to cut to the chase. What you really want to know is why buy from Arlington Toyota? Mia here. How about over 800 vehicles, one lot, 60-day exchange, and friendly credit for everyone. Plus, right now, you choose a pre-owned 2022 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for $0 and only $388 per month. Or how about no payments till August 2025? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Need fresh and flavorful lunch? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad in every bite. It's quick and delicious, so why wait? Come taste the best chicken salad today at Town Center, Durbin Park, or Butler Point at Chicken Salad Chick.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW. in the 904.
This Saturday, Navy Mutual would like to salute all men and women that serve in our armed forces. In 1949, President Truman designated the third Saturday in May as Armed Forces Day due to the unification of all 5 branches of our military into the Department of Defense.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion. Are you nuts? What? 641-1010.
It's crazy. What's happening, folks? E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer plans. And Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctor's Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek, and even cruising the St. Johns River. There's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventures start here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When you need help with any plumbing, septic, or AC issue, just give us a call and relax. We'll send one of our first-round draft picks to tackle your problems today. DuckDuckRooter.com. That's DuckDuckRooter.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Since 1928, people have admired diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs that we've hand-selected and put together because of the way they sparkle on a lady's neck or ear. And now, through May 31st, Underwoods is putting all of our diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs on sale at 15% below our everyday price. We also take trade-ins on these pieces of jewelry, so if you're thinking about growing a diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond studs up to a larger size, it's an ideal time to come see us. To give an example, we normally sell our 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings for $3,150, but right now they're on sale for $2,677.50. Our diamond solitaire necklaces are priced the same way, with sizes from 1/5 carat total weight up to 7 carats total weight. So if you need a gift that says forever, make it an Underwood diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond stud earrings at Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops at Ponte Vedra.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through May 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. The Peace Lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Triumph has branched off from on-road to off-road. Give us the latest on what they've got.
They've got the 250 and the 450. Rick Carmichael designed these bikes himself, and they are bad to the bone.
So you're talking about a really cool effect from a bike off-road that Triumph had on-road forever.
It is, and it's out there winning races, and it is fun to ride.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville, their showroom on Atlantic near Regency, or online on their Facebook page.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
Did you know that, did you think that Jason Tatum had done his Achilles? The only reason why I thought maybe he didn't was because of he seemed to be in a lot of pain, or maybe he just knew he had done his Achilles, because it seemed to, usually when you do your Achilles, correct me if I'm wrong, when I did it, it hurt like heck for that first, and then it kind of went away, and you're like, what happened?
Well, it can be variable, the pain part of it, but that was pretty awesome. It was pretty
you can see
clear,
the push-off.
that he tore his Achilles for me.
Yeah, he already had surgery. That's how you get it done, by the way. He went and did it. Like, he had the surgery to fix it.
Just like he did. Oh, no. No, he didn't.
But boom! How about that one, E?
I wish I would have did it the way somebody did.
He went and did it the very next day.
Might happen a month later.
Do you like with knees, sometimes you have to wait for the swelling to subside, right?
That's a fallacy.
It is. You can do it right away.
Absolutely.
See?
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like when they wait because, especially athletes, I think it's smart by Tatum. I mean,
well, you don't have to rush in next day, but there's no benefit in waiting.
Okay, tell me now, because it's May. The NBA season starts in October. When does he get back? February-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He can play next year, though. He can.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the thing's going to be healed in 3 months.
Right.
And then you slowly get him back going.
Right.
And these guys are very well protected.
9? Is it
9
9
months?
months? Okay.
9 months is kind of the number.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but he'll be very well protected.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make sure he has all his strength back. But, sometimes you don't get the normal push-off back, the same push-off.
Mm-hmm.
So he may lose a step. He may lose a little power.
By the way, speaking of Achilles, question on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures for you. Question for the doc. Got a small swelling where the Achilles attaches to the heel. Started working out to lose weight. 42 years old. Should I go see a doctor?
If it's painful, yes.
Okay.
Sometimes those are just inflammatory things that go away.
Right.
Keep it stretched.
Yeah.
But if it's painful, that may be a precursor to ripping something.
Okay. Okay. All right. Appreciate that.
Doc, I don't. Is it just bad luck? How many pitchers have to be shut down or can fail to go through a full season health-wise until you turn an eye to the organization they play for and the repeated pattern of their pitchers constantly year after year after year head into the 30, 60, 90-day DL with inflammation here or torn this or that? It's the Dodgers. It's next time it's Sasaki. What was it, rotator? What was this? What was his shutdown? But
he's shut down, though.
They right now Snell is shut down. The big kid from Tampa, Dan Glasnow's shut down.
Right shoulder impingement for Sasaki.
So is that rotator?
Yeah, it's not impingement.
What is? What is that? What is that? Yeah, because we see that sometime. That's just a generic throw to the media and put them off the scent.
Yeah, impingement is basically as you get older, you get bone spurs on the bone above your rotator cuff, and it can pinch or impinge on the bursa that sits between the rotator cuff and the bone or dig into your rotator cuff. So it happens. It's an inflammatory thing. You put a shot in it and do some strengthening, it goes away. The pitchers that get that's more of a rotator cuff problem. So he's got probably a partial cuff tear, maybe a labral tear. But to answer your question, some of this may be just they're more taking more precaution with their throwers as other teams. I'd look more at if they had surgery for it, then you'd look and say, hey, what's going on?
The problem with the argument of they're taking precaution is, well, the Glasnow had to get shelved last year. And so they took precaution and they did it slow. And here he is shelved this year. So if you're like completely aware of the Dodgers and their history, their precaution ain't worth nothing because the same guys that are under precaution one year are back on the shelf the next.
Well, and in that scenario, I'd say, what's going on with this guy? Does he have a tear that needs fixed? And should you have fixed it after the season last year so he's not having the problem this year? So, good point. And those things ought to be looked at, certainly by the organization.
Doc, we'll never know. I got a kick out of the Warriors telling us that Steph Curry, they were optimistic he would return for Game 6 because he had started jogging. And it would have been 2 more days from now. They just like that day-to-day thing when you got a hamstring. I mean, obviously. Now, listen, you might want to risk it for the biscuit and go out there, but there's a good chance you're going to.
Well, if you do that, you're putting him at risk for getting a really bad complete tear, and now he's done for, you know how those go. It could be 6 months before he's really, really back normal.
Right. So now he'll be able to continue his rehab so he can get his golf game in shape.
They're not bringing it back.
Yeah, he's done. Oh, they lost, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I thought that was.
They weren't going to bring it back.
Yeah,
that was.
Ronald Acuna is playing rehab games. So he's back in that form or fashion. Spencer Strider has pitched in some simulated games, and he's expected back quickly. These would be, I guess, good signs. One coming off the ACL, which occurred last, June or July? June, I guess. And then Strider, who came back from the elbow and then strained his hamstring playing catch, because that's the kind of Superman he is. That's just ultimate grace power and so much athleticism. When you pull a hamstring playing catch, you're a Major League Baseball player. Pull your hamstring playing catch. Good Lord, where do we find him, man?
Yeah, I don't know if he's hiding
what
something.
Poppy
Something
farm,
happened.
But,
something happened.
Lollipops and butterflies that we get our players from. But anyway, Acuna, I'm sure now, because he's only played a game at AA and AAA, he probably needs to play another 10 down there. I'm going to put him out in right field. We're kind of struggling a little bit.
Well, he came back quick last time.
Right? If you play in a trip, like my point is this: is Major League Baseball, is it documented that it's 8,000 times more dangerous than a AAA game? Because I'm curious why a guy can play 9 AAA innings and he can't play Major League innings.
I think they kind of want to. I guess
I'll take my chances that he's going to out-hit,
I don't know.
Seth Fairchild.
They've been doing it this way forever.
Whoever we're sticking in. Yeah, forever. We haven't had Fairchild out and right, Dan.
You got a guy named Fairchild?
Yeah, I got a name Seth Fairchild playing last night. He man knocked in a run for us.
That a baby Seth.
Yeah.
That a boy.
Yeah,
hey, baby.
To your point, if he's playing at AAA level, he should be able to play in the Major League. It's the same thing.
We already lost a game this year where Strider threw 7 shutout innings at AAA, and, we couldn't beat the Rays or somebody.
Hey, Doc, are some people more of a bleeder than others?
I got a bleeder.
We had a bleeder last night. Josh Hart got elbowed, and it looked like it was here. But, his whole face was a crimson mass.
Yeah,
Gordon Sully.
It depends
His
on
face
where.
is a crimson mass.
If somebody's on blood thinners, taking aspirin, yes, they can bleed more.
Okay.
But facial injuries in general around your eyes, they bleed a lot.
They say he was out drinking before the game.
Is that what it was? I always remember, babies will bleed good. Little babies, they bounce, but when they get cut, they gush everywhere, and you get what
kind of monster are you?
Yeah. I remember that specifically, raising the kids. Absolutely.
But or in and around the face, eyes, there's a lot of vascular. They bleed a lot.
All right,
Doc. What's vascular? Can I say this, or some guy playing a prank on me?
Careful.
If the first word is vascular, I started getting nervous.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure thoracic is shoulder, isn't it?
Thoracic.
Am I okay?
Thorax, it's your upper body stuff.
Okay.
Good.
What's the question?
Outlet.
Thoracic outlet center?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
All right, good.
That's
Do you treat that? Do y'all treat that? What is that?
We evaluate it.
And then send it to a
if you
specialist.
need, the typical
What
fix.
is that?
So it's basically a vascular problem where the vascular structures get pinched off, typically because there's either an impinging rib or other structure pushing on it. As you raise your arm up, your hand goes numb and you lose the vascularity. So
Don't pitchers get that and they remove a rib sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more in the neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where. Okay.
Yeah.
Thoracic.
It's an unusual thing, but it is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Good to go?
Who's
Doc?
that guy that broke his leg coming into home plate?
Oh, yeah, the Yankee. Osvaldo Cabrera.
Yeah,
that was not good. They put a towel over it because it was.
Yeah, I figured Jeff didn't want to watch it.
No, you don't want to look at it.
I'm tired of the injury porn he sends me. I can't have it
I
anymore.
didn't send that one to you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like mature content only. I don't. Doc sends it as mature. I delete it. If it's a Vinny sort of video, I just delete it. If he sent me the birth of the grandchild, I'm sorry. I deleted it. I figured he broke in half on the way out or something.
Where are you headed, Doc?
St. Vincent's
Doc,
for surgery.
Take
All
this
right.
in case
Surgery
you
day.
didn't know. I don't know if this was in med school, but babies bleed good. Don't forget that.
I heard that.
Bleed good, man. I'm telling you.
Good bleeders.
They fall down and gushing everywhere.
It don't matter. They just stop at some point.
telling you.
Stops bleeding. Either they run out of it or it quits.
I don't know why people are like that. Good to see you, Doc.
Thank you, boys.
All right.
See you, Doc. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, jacksportsdoc.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. After the Frangie Show, Rick Ballou carries the conversation into the night.
That's a voice I'd know anywhere.
All the sports talk and hot topics you need to know about.
You are the subject of much debate.
Then it's Hacker After Dark, evenings on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Hey, don't buy a diamond at one of those big box corporate jewelers in the town center until you see what Beard's Diamonds can offer. Hicken here. Beard's Diamonds. They'll give you a better price on a better quality diamond. Why? Because they ain't beholden to Wall Street, man. They're beholden to the folks of Jacksonville, and we should be beholden to them. The only locally owned jeweler in the town center, Beard's Diamonds. Go see the Lupos, man. They're great folks. Tell them we sent you, man. They'll be happy to serve you. And yes, Beard's has the best diamond selection in the region. No middleman prices on hand-picked diamonds, all shapes, all sizes. Top bridal designers, Tacori and Viraggio. And here's something else. Unlike the others, Beard's doesn't have commission salespeople. Their experts get paid whether you buy something or not, so there is no pressure ever. We're really lucky to have Beard's here as a refreshing alternative. You get it all, no compromises. Highest quality? Check. Personal service? Check. No middleman pricing? Check. And unbeatable guarantees. Beard's Diamonds. They're the only locally owned jeweler in the St. John's Town Center.
Poker players, get ready for the action. The $200 no-limit hold'em Stars and Stripes poker tournament happens at Best Bet Orange Park on May 26th. With 6 starting flights and a guaranteed prize pool of $50,000, it's your chance to claim victory and win big. And there's more. Don't miss $42,000 in high hands every 30 minutes from 10 a.m. to midnight at all 3 locations. For more details on how to join the action, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
Hey, Hicken here. So much of what makes us a family takes place in our homes. That's where Zero Res comes in. I love Zero Res, and this month get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with May Mayhem. A 3-room special starting at $149 plus the 4th room is free. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 28757 or go online at zeroresjacksonville.com and say you want the Hicken special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Join us at Miller Electric May 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. We're on the lookout for talented people, from entry-level to experienced electricians and foremen, security system installation and service technicians, fire alarm system service technicians, and both senior and junior VDV technicians. This is your chance to get hired on the spot. Meet the managers, indulge in delicious food, and snag some awesome giveaways. Don't miss out on this electrifying chance to power up your career. Miller Electric, May 29th, 4 to 7 p.m., 6805 South Point Parkway.
Ever wonder where your food comes from? Get back to the good old days with fresh produce delivered to you from local family farms. Subscribe today at doorbellfarms.com, connecting real people with real family farms.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. The second-ranked FSU baseball team concludes their regular season with a 3-game series starting tonight against the 4th-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels. This top 5 ACC matchup carries significant implications for the conference standings and postseason seeding. Noles head coach Lane Jarrett previews the matchup.
North Carolina's really, really tough. When you look at the numbers and the metrics and the video and the usage and the strike throwing and the efficiency, very tough. I mean, that's why the guy hasn't lost. And we have our hands full. They lean on a handful of good relievers. They've got a balanced offense. They have some power. They've got a couple guys that can really run. So super regional number 6. This is a really good team. I'm happy we're home.
Noles and Tar Heels tonight in Tallahassee. First pitch at 7 p.m. It's 71 degrees at 8:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
No, this is Dano?
Yeah, this is young thug of Harmony.
Man, you would have been better off asking if it was a little.
It's a little.
It is a little.
Lil John.
No, it's the little.
The Lil.
The little.
The Little.
Jeff, help me, bro.
I don't know, bro.
This is DJ Diesel.
Yeah. Man, Lil Wayne, bro.
Oh, it's Lil Wayne.
Yeah, when he says The Little, there's not an artist called The Little. He's just saying the OG of the Little.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit. Hey, I'm a little bit down on Lil Wayne right now.
What happened?
From his Mother's Day fiasco?
Yeah. I don't know.
What did he do?
Well, we talked about it. We don't need to go into it.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs have the most primetime games this year, 7.
Okay.
No surprise. The Dallas Cowboys have 6.
Too many. That's unfair.
The Falcons 5.
I saw that. A bunch of them.
Dang.
I mean, they're young. They play good offense.
But there's nothing super. I mean, they don't have
are
like
the teams they playing happen to be like are they playing the Chiefs or the Cowboys?
I saw some of their Monday nighters. One of them was the Bills, but there was a Tampa.
I think the Bills. I read that the Bills host like Baltimore, Kansas City, and they have like big home AFC games.
Well, right now in some ways it's a bad time to be a first place team in the AFC, or it's a fun time for the rest of us.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to get the advantage.
Each other.
Well, we're going to get the advantage again of the test as we try and play catch up. The Texans going to have to play the Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens, and all three of them are going to beat them.
Yeah, good.
I will say Michael Penix. He gets a lot of love on social media.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
You want to slow the roll?
A little bit.
Pump the brakes.
A little bit. He wasn't great last year. He wasn't terrible, but he didn't do anything special. It's not like he came in and, lit it up and makes you.
The NFL has made an effort to beef up Thursday night football. It's noticeably better than it was.
Can you say at the expense of Monday Night Football? Because I thought the Monday Night Football schedule was an abject disaster.
For example, the opener for Thursday Night Football, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, I'm going to get to it. I'm pulling that up.
Okay, Washington, Green Bay, that's a good one. Miami, Buffalo is always good. Niners, Rams, you can't go wrong with that. Eagles, Giants, winner. These are good divisional matchups. Steelers, Bengals. But you got Vikings, Chargers. You got Ravens, Dolphins. I mean, these are good Cowboys, Lions on a Thursday night. Falcons, Bucks. So
there's a Falcons, Bucks.
Yeah. So Thursday night football is a nice schedule. It's a nice. It's. Let's just say this. It's better than it used to be. It is noticeably better than it used to be, in my opinion. So
okay, let me contrast some Monday night games with that.
Okay.
And again, only because it's compared to some of the other ones. Anyway, Dolphins, Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. With all due respect, Jags, Chiefs. That's not those kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks, Texans, Cowboys, Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
49ers, Panthers, Patriots, Giants. These aren't great Monday night football games, dude. Colts, Niners.
There's no question.
Falcons, Rams. There's one. I'm not saying that's a bad one, but again, there's Jets, Dolphins, Patriots, Giants. Those are awful.
There's no question that Sunday night football is the king now.
You got that list?
I do.
Okay.
Baltimore, Buffalo to start.
Sunday night football is the king, and this is where the be all end all. The Monday night games have just become whatever. They're fantasy. They're last gasp fantasy games.
Yeah.
That's what Monday night football has become.
Yeah.
Your last chance to get some points to pull out your game this week.
I'll rattle a couple off.
Well, you can't go through them all just real quick, or no? You don't want to. You rattle them off. Go ahead.
Green Bay, Dallas, Detroit, Kansas City, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Houston, Kansas City, Detroit, Philadelphia. I mean, these are the marquee games of the day that you're getting.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple that, Falcons are on twice on Sunday night football. They get the Vikings and they get the Niners.
And Vikings would make sense if it was still Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And the Niners, Falcons, that's a dog game with two losing teams.
Which one?
Last year.
Yeah.
Niners, Falcons.
Yeah.
They treated the Falcons like they're in the old. I thought it took me back to the 80s, Dan, because they have a prime timer with the Rams and a prime timer with the Niners.
But anyway, I think it's, Sunday night football wins, but Thursday night football has come back.
And Monday night football is in distant third with these matchups.
The Cowboys have 4 Thursday games.
Yeah, because
of Thanksgiving, I'm sure.
And in Christmas on Thursday also? Or is it not?
No, I think Christmas is on a Wednesday.
It was Wednesday last year, I thought.
Oh, is it? Well, you might be
Last year
right.
I thought it was.
Maybe you're right.
I'm going to check.
Maybe you're right. That might be because it says week 17, so that might be Christmas, right?
I don't know, but I saw Kansas City, Dallas, and Detroit all play on both Thanksgiving and Christmas, so it probably does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all three of those teams get get both those holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that, Hick?
Which one now?
Detroit, Dallas, and Kansas City all play on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Wow.
And I'm guessing then there's probably going to be Thursday games because that would make more sense, wouldn't it? December 25th is a Thursday. So, yeah. Those are Thursday games. All right. It is what it is. I mean, there is no right answer, only right or wrong opinions at this point. But, I mean, you're not going to sit here for 4 hours and, pin your entire reputation of prognostication on a YouTube video. You're going to right now, I'm going to give you the games and, you're going to tell me what their season is going to be.
I am?
Yes, you are. ET and I are now on record twice. You've just sat in the rafters and you just
what if
you just boo-birded ET to death? The poor kid has lost all his gumption in there.
Bad dreams, bro.
You throw up all over his.
I think ET can handle it. I don't think he's shell shocked.
Okay.
E, are you shell shocked by my attack?
He's hurt. He was wailing there, wasn't he? All right.
Shell shock.
Once Dan gives us his official Danny Downer prediction, I'll remind you what ET and I told ET I'm gonna.
The boys are telling me you said 13-4 last year. We might have to go back and look.
Whatever. They can be on there. I'll stand by it if I did. Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
It's an optimistic time of year.
A lot different than 4-13.
I don't think you had him 8-9, but I don't know.
I think I did.
Okay.
I think I had him.
I don't know. I have no idea. If I had him 13-4, that sounds on brand. The year before, I was the only team that had him. I was the only one that had him with a winning, or 2 years ago with a winning record, and they made the playoffs. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right.
Versus Carolina.
I'm going to go ahead and give the Jags a dub.
I hope I had them 15-2 for Pete's sake. I don't give a rip.
All right.
Okay, that's a dub.
Guess you have no journalistic integrity.
That's this is not an effort in journalism. Yeah, this is a preseason prediction of a record. So, yeah, there's that. All right, at Cincinnati.
It's an L.
Home against Houston.
It's an L.
At San Francisco.
It's an L.
Home against Kansas City.
It's an L.
Home against Seattle.
It's a win.
Rams in London.
It's an L.
At Vegas.
I'll give him a win on that one.
At Houston.
It's an L.
Chargers at home.
I'll give him a nice, well-earned victory in that one.
At Arizona.
It's a loss.
At Tennessee.
A win.
Indy at home.
Even I, Danny Downer. We'll give them a W.
Jets at home.
It's another W.
At Denver.
Tough fought L.
At Indy.
L.
Tennessee at home.
Win. What do I got them?
Not far from these stupid predictions. 8 and 9.
Yeah.
8 and 9.
Good.
Which is and that's from a non-optimistic.
There you go, people. You're welcome.
Taking the very, taking the letting that coin flip. So 8 and 9. That's the point of the schedule. Now that's
and
pretty
by the
easy
way,
schedule. You're not high on them, and you got them getting 8.
Yeah.
That's how easy manageable the schedule is.
And if they don't go 8 and 9, it's shameful.
Yeah, it'd be worse than that because I think I would.
But we've been down this shameful road before.
I get it.
Yeah, many times.
But there's the one thing that you're not recognizing here, I think, is that there is a complete, really for the first time since Tom Coughlin got here, a complete turning over. I'm not saying it means it's going to be right.
Right.
But this is the most different offseason, the most different beginning of a season that you can have in the NFL for a franchise that has had some holdover between the GM and the coaching at every step the whole way.
Yeah, but we also have a first-time coach. We have no idea what kind of coach
I get it.
We're hoping.
Yeah, I get it.
We're hoping. But if he goes Brandon Staley on us.
Sure. But there's also,
what are you going to say on that Monday?
And again, each guy's responsible for his resume, but I think it's fair to look at like situations and expect similar results. And all of these guys that have come from those positions with the Rams, they've all been good.
They have?
Yes. O'Connell, Zach Taylor, Matt LaFleur, all of them. That whole chain.
Do you think Zach Taylor's good?
Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl. I would take a coach who gets me to a Super Bowl. I don't think he's awesome. I don't think it's all him, but it's definitely all him because he's the head coach. I think he could be on the hot seat for sure.
Yeah.
But they've been good. They went to the Super Bowl. They had another playoff year. He's done a great job with that offense.
Well, I think Joe Burrow and Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Mixon when he was there had done a great job with that offense.
Well,
Andrew Whitworth and
they don't all.
Yeah.
Well, Whitworth's been with the Rams forever, but
yeah. Well, whoever.
Yeah. I'm just saying he hadn't played. I don't think he played for Taylor, so that's all.
Tim Crumrye,
that's all on that.
Chris Collinsworth,
sure, right? Yeah.
Boomer, backup.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco was great.
TJ Hushmanzada.
Very nice.
Chris Matuhu Mahafala.
Icky Woods. Moving on. Yeah.
I guess the point is, and what I will concede is that it's not.
Yeah, it's if you're going to be optimistic, that's what part of feeds it is that schedule. It's not the hardest we've had.
I mean, the division screams you got to at least be. Well, again, if you want to get to the playoffs, you got to be 5-1, but 4-2. I mean, you got to be able to roll the balls out there and get to 4-2 in the division, even if you lost. 3-3. Let's say 3-3.
Do you think Major League Baseball? Because they didn't want another day of the Reds honoring Pete Rose and everyone talking about baseball shouldn't have done this to Pete Rose. You think they jumped the Pete Rose celebration day in Cincinnati on purpose?
What do you mean?
Well, they reinstated Pete Rose like a day or two before Cincinnati was going to hold their annual Pete Rose Day, which inevitably becomes every year an exercise of throwing rocks at Major League Baseball for their vindictiveness of not allowing Pete into the hall. So you take that completely out of the narrative by stealing the thunder of a Pete Rose Day. The Reds paid tribute to Pete Rose Day yesterday after he was reinstated earlier this week off the permanent ineligibility list. Now, I will say this, lifetime ban, which is a phrase we throw around, is different from the actual phraseology, which is permanent ineligibility list, and that would extend beyond a, quote, lifetime, right? If that was an argument being used.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Cincinnati loves Pete Rose and it'll be interesting to see how this thing unfolds here, over the next couple of years. But again, to me, it's a little bit moot. And the argument now is the Hall of Fame and Pete Rose and gambling and lifetime ban and all that. But it hasn't But for Pete Rose, it means nothing.
Pete Rose, I got to be honest, and a great point. Pete Rose didn't deserve some bouquet to be thrown his way of knowing he's a Hall of Famer. He doesn't. He never, ever, ever acted like somebody who deserves some sort of lighter sentence. He never did.
Right.
And, you commit murder, you go to jail. Sorry, it sucks. That's why they're consequences. That's why they're called consequences. It's pretty clear. Again, does that mean he's not a Hall of Famer? Now it's all being silly. He's a Hall of Fame talent. Now you can put him in, and you have, sufficiently punished him, all you, media members and former players.
All right. Before we head to break, here's one ranking of the team releases. E wanted to hear one.
Okay.
The Colts got number 1, trolling and taking shots at everybody in the football world. Update, it has since been deleted.
Dang it, it's probably on YouTube.
This is when the coaches and stuff show up. Then I say, "What are you nerds doing again?"
You knew eventually it would go too far, but I mean, we all laughed. I didn't think it was too bad. Cheetah getting arrested by the Coast Guard, swimming in the water. I didn't see the Cardinals, but I guess it's a rap by linebacker Mac Wilson, written and rapped by linebacker Mac Wilson. So that's cool. The Chargers, they did the whole
the
video game type thing as well.
Minecraft. Yeah.
They did too. The Falcons did a kart edition, the little Mario Kart.
Okay.
And they drive by the different teams they're going to play. The Broncos did the sheep. Like I said, they had a sheep running, and then they had little kids with helmets of the different teams. They had to put a disclaimer, no kids or sheep were harmed. And the kid would jump on the sheep, and the sheep would throw him off. It was like at a rodeo. It was good Denver stuff, right?
Okay.
The Titans was scheduled. Rizzy was 6th. The Jaguars got 7th in this particular one. So featuring, is the guy's name Ashton Hawley? Is that okay?
Ashton Hall.
Jacksonville guy. 8 was the Phillies Philly style. Eagles did Philly style. I didn't see that one. The Niners did the Golden Trail. I didn't see that one. And the Chiefs did the Chief Cab, which I liked. So again, it's beauty in the eye of the beholder, but the overall it's funny because the Jag fan doesn't seem like they like the one, but the rankings I've seen the Jags in the top 10 in 2 of them now. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. Schedule release day last night. We're breaking it down for you today. That and more coming up right here on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorcemenOnly.com studios.
From the edge of your radio to the edge of your seat. Showtime! Feel the excitement of live play-by-play.
And this place is rocking right now.
On 1010XL.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Visti.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resist all on approved credit.
Hey gang, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Man, they're the best. Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, one of the best places to work. Voted one of the top workplaces via the Jacksonville Business Journal. I go to the one off of Solana Road, shout out, but they have other locations to serve you. And they just look, we're getting up into the 90s this week, man. They want to remind you, especially in this month of May, because May is Skin Cancer and Melanoma Awareness Month, to take care of your skin. Protect it when you're out in the sun. If you're at your kid's game, if you're going fishing, you're going golfing, whatever you're doing outside. If you work outside, wear that floppy hat. Wear that long sleeve dry fit. Put on the sunscreen. Whatever it takes, do it. And if something should show up, go get it checked out, man. Go get it checked out. Just go online at beachesdermatology.com. Find the location closest to you. I promise you, they will take great care of you. Check them out at beachesdermatology.com.
Get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Looking for a fun-filled evening the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football. A fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks this Saturday, May 17th. Kickoff at 7. Ask about family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here, looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy. Our Jacksonville Sharks are back in town this Saturday. Discover the thrill of indoor football. Fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. This Saturday, May 17th, kickoff 7 o'clock. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. For ticketing, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. Go Sharks!
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
The NBA playoffs are here, and there's no better place to catch the action than Hurricane Grill and Wings. With slam dunk specials like $3.75 Miller Lite drafts, plus fresh, never frozen wings in over 30 flavors, and big screens everywhere. This is your home for all the games. Handcrafted cocktails, bold flavors, big plays. Don't just watch the games, experience them at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
It's the big reveal.
Wow.
How will the Jags do this season? Listen all day for our team's thoughts on the Jags' potential wins and losses. Revealed by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. And Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Me and he just watched the Colts one. It's terrific.
Yeah, it's
Shame
pretty
they
good.
deleted it.
Yeah.
Well, if they deleted it, how did you watch it?
YouTube.
See, that's the silly part of it all. Right? Like you can't see it. What are the? I mean, that's the standby if you put it out there and it's good.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was pretty good.
They trolled everybody. And, it was good. They shouldn't have deleted it. But they got after him pretty good now. They got after him. Like, the first time they played Tennessee, they were playing country music and had some girl in the party bus puking. And then the second time they played Tennessee, they made all the former Titan stars disappear, who used to play for them. They also bus ran over Will Levis.
Yeah.
So it was like,
got run over by the bus, did he?
Yeah. They did Liam Cohen in his press conference.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something to kill that. And again, it's going to take something organic and live.
Yeah.
And, making people asking people not to run, it isn't going to help.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to listen.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Liam Cohen. I'm going to like to ask you, Tennessee, if you would stop running that audio of me saying Duval. Not happening.
Yeah. I think the Jags really, if they can stay afloat in the first 6 games, because you don't know how teams react if you got to stay the course if things go badly, but we kind of went through this last year too, and we didn't handle it well. But if somehow, if you get 3 wins and be 3-4 through the first 7, I think you would then have a real chance, a real opportunity.
I think it's listen. I think we'll get an idea. If you're 2, you need to be 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
There's some you can classify games into we'll find out, or you better, or ain't happening. I mean, most of the schedule's like that for either by game or by stretches.
Mm-hmm.
So you got more important times here or there. I think it's very important if you want to turn things around quickly, be a playoff team, start 2-1, win those home games.
Yeah.
And then if you do that, you can be 2-3 and you're fine. The schedule definitely is hard on these first 6.
Eagles are the first team in NFL history with 10-plus games against playoff teams from the previous season.
Oh, good.
So
history shows no matter how great teams look and think they are, they don't repeat. Unless they have Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is anybody with a quarterback not named Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady repeated since Aikman? No, right? Yeah, if you're not Brady or Mahomes, you're not repeating. So I don't know who's winning the Super Bowl this year, but I dang sure know who's not. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles not winning the Super Bowl, because I know Jalen Hurts is great. I also know he ain't Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady great. Takes that kind of great to win back-to-back Super Bowls. At least in my opinion.
Yeah.
We'll make our picks on YouTube, and they'll package it all up for you. But spoiler alert, E went 12-5. I went 10-7. Hick went 8-9.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it could change by the time we do it again and put up those logos. But I think I've been 10-7 both times. I think, which again, a lot of this for me is blind faith and optimism, but a schedule that's more manageable than some have been in the past.
Fair enough.
And the Jaguars screwed up last year, losing all those games that you pencil in at wins if you have them winning a year.
Oh, yeah.
That's, good grief.
Mm-hmm.
They went way beyond what we would have expected their basement to have been a year ago.
Is there a game that excites y'all the most? And for me, it's a little bit different.
Well, besides Monday night,
right.
Monday night is great.
Right.
Elway did it too. Thank you, Googans.
What?
Elway went back to back too, but again, that's a Hall of Fame. That's an elite, football player.
He fits that category.
Yeah.
Besides that Monday night game, because that's definitely the one that's circled on my calendar. But is there a game that's circled on y'all's calendar?
Do you mean by importance or by interest or by fun?
Interest.
Well, let me look at it and get it. I'll give you a.
I'll tell you the one that I like early, which I would like this to be this way, kind of. If, and again, this is a big if, but if the Jags beat Carolina in their season opener, and I will give them nothing, that second game against Cincinnati will be fun.
Okay.
Because you got hopefully what we hope is a high-powered offense against the Bengals, who struggle early, but I'm sure they're working to correct that, and they'll be very focused on September this year. And obviously that will be their home opener, and we'll be going on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we could go up there and, do a little 37-30 number on them or something, and see Travis Hunter flourish and take center stage. I mean, I think that would really be a great jump start for this franchise. But that's based on beating Carolina as well.
Listen, the downside to having a really super manageable schedule, the downside of that is this incredibly generic, fascinating layout that's in front of you. I mean, and it's a tough game, but when your tough games are, at Denver rather than at Baltimore, it's noticeable. And the Jags dodged the power structure of the AFC.
Yes.
They don't play Baltimore. They don't play Buffalo. They play the Chiefs only because they play the AFC West, and that means you get the rest of that AFC West, which, is okay, not great.
Right.
So, you know what? I hate to put it this early, but I think that Houston game, week 3, is a really, really interesting game.
That's mine too.
This is going to be our first chance to take advantage of an opportunity in the new regime.
Yep.
No matter what happens the first 2 games, we're going to be in a position most likely please don't be 0-2. Please start 1-1. Please don't be 0-2. Please don't get in one of these deals. Oh, if we win this, we can win that.
Let me tell you what Houston
got to win Carolina. Got to win the Carolina game. But then I know Houston's got a really tough schedule overall.
Houston opens at L.A.
Which one? Oh, the Chargers.
Rams.
Okay.
And then they have Tampa on Monday night at home.
They'll probably be 1-1.
And then they come into Jacksonville. And
we could be an opportunity there. If we're 1-1 and win that game and get a little lead, granted early, that's a really big game. Houston's won the game.
Yeah.
That to me is the most. Now look. The city shuts down, and it's a Monday night party when we get that game in town. That is by a mile the biggest, best game on the schedule, the most fun, the most exciting, be the best crowd. But that Houston game, on a very hot September afternoon is going to be a big one too. And it's also, you got the revenge factor from the dirty hit that ended Trevor's season last year. So you're going to have a lot of storylines pregame with that one too.
Yeah. So Houston also has trips to Kansas City and to Baltimore and then Buffalo at home. That's good. Big advantage.
Yeah.
Big advantage.
I think Houston they did this last year.
And
I think they beat Buffalo last year. They had the same schedule last year. They had to play those 3 teams.
And most people feel like Houston didn't do a whole lot.
No, they did. I mean, look, Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Good luck. I mean, it's not exactly
Well, they remember they traded Laramie Tunsil.
No, they got
Cam Robinson.
Right. There's been there's a lot of questionable moves that have been done there.
Yeah.
I will say overall with the Jaguar schedule, it really is those first 7. Get to the bye week. If you can get to the bye week, 4-3, 3-4, you're going to be right in it. You're fine because that's the part of the schedule that has at San Francisco, it has Houston, it has Kansas City, it has the Rams, it has at Cincinnati. Those are all playoff teams. Those are all really good teams.
I will say.
Those are all better than the teams in the first 7 that are better than the Jaguars, in fairness.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, Houston, San Francisco, Kansas City, Seattle, the Rams.
Yeah.
The only one that's not better than us is Carolina.
They might be about the same.
If you're using a measure. And by the way, we may be better than Seattle. We may be.
Right.
Those other teams may not be better than the Jags, but right now you would have to say they were.
Houston's wide receiver core.
It's Nico Collins.
Potentially is really good.
Yeah.
Even with Christian. Nico is a star.
Yeah.
John Mechie.
He's been slow to develop.
I'm not counting on Tank Dell.
No, okay, good. I was going to say he probably won't play.
I'm not counting on, but they drafted Jaden Higgins.
And they gave him guaranteed money. They like him.
We don't know, but Jaden Higgins would have, again, if you got Nico Collins, John Mechie, Christian Kirk, Jaden Higgins, and Xavier Hutchinson, Braxton Berrios. I mean, they got they'll have some competition.
Yeah.
I certainly we'll certainly know their numbers 5 and 6 receivers much more than we'll know our numbers at this point.
Yeah. Would you rather have Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter, or would you rather have Nico Collins and Christian Kirk?
Yeah.
All right.
I would.
So that's a good.
But that's also a little bit biased. We haven't seen.
I'll look at something real quick here.
Yeah. We haven't seen Travis, but we all believe,
Work with me here. I want to just.
But would you rather have.
For a second. I'm going to look something up here.
Would you rather have Jaden Higgins and Xavier Hutchinson or Josh Cephas and.
Well, I mean, you want Cephas awful kick. Can I at least get Parker Washington and Diami Brown?
Well, they're 3 and 4. I'm talking 5 and 6.
Well, who's your 3 and 4? 3's hurt. Tank Dell. You can't count him.
Nico Collins, John Mechie, Christian Kirk, Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins. I'll take it. Higgins hasn't proven anything.
No.
Over those guys. I mean.
But I guarantee you what
Travis Hunter hasn't either for that matter.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're thinking, they're excited about him. So anyway.
Well, this was disappointing. I was really looking forward to looking up the Colorado-Iowa State matchup to see how Travis Hunter and Jaden Higgins did, and they didn't play him.
Oh, that's a nice try.
Son of a B. Didn't play him either year he was there. That stinks.
Would you rather have Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter or Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker?
That's a wash.
Yeah.
That's a wash. And credit the Jags that we got a wash. You gave me two good names there. Yeah. But, I mean, you got to get, again, we can't, forever we beg for sack production. We can't now have it and say it sucks.
No.
Our guys are getting us 20, on average, 20 combined a year. That's the best. This is the best stretch of dual pass rushing we've ever had in franchise history.
How many sacks did Will Anderson have last year? Does that stick out in your head?
No, but I think he had double digits.
Double digits?
Yeah, I want to say he was right at 10.
He's done what Trayvon Walker's done, 7 and 11.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he had 11.
Yeah.
I was going to say 11. I didn't think he
What's
had.
Trayvon done
11
in our 2 years?
We had one. He had the 10 and he's gone up. And then 11 last year, maybe?
He gradually got better.
Every one. They went like 7,
yeah,
10, 10 and a half. Is that what it is?
Stand by. I got it right here.
I think it's 7, 10, 10 and a half. That's my guess.
3.5.
Okay.
10, 10 and a half.
Wow, it wasn't 7. It was only 3.5. So I got the 10, 10 and a half, but it's 3.5. Well, when you go 10,
7
10
and 11.
I will say this. When you go 10, 10 and a half, it makes you remember that 3.5 a little bit higher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That feels more like I was 6 or 7, obviously. But the 10, 10 and a half, I'm fine with that, dude. Going into this year, it could be a big breakout year.
Or it could be another 10-sack season, which would be fun.
Good. Yeah, sure. Sure. The problem has come, and I'll also say this, if you're not getting any production from your backup rush-ins, it also means you're not getting any good rest for those front line guys either. Getting Ogba in there, we can literally...
I don't like that comment.
I don't care.
Because it's wrong.
Well,
so
I don't know.
You should care if it's wrong.
Okay.
Now you're talking about rest. We didn't play him enough last year.
No, I'm talking about rotational rest through a game. So
those guys, we looked at their amount of snaps. It was all capiche.
Well, then let's look at it compared to TJ Watt.
It was all capiche.
Yeah. We need the stats. The stats of the players that are rushing that aren't named Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker need to be better. That's
a fact.
And
Daniil Hunter, 10.5, 16.5, and 12 the last 3 years.
Dang. Ooh, that's Josh Allen, though, probably. Total, isn't it?
No. Josh Allen's double digits like twice in his career. Daniil Hunter, 1, 2, 3, 4,
What
5,
is Josh
6.
Allen the last? Oh, you're not looking at him.
What did he do? He didn't.
Those last 3 years.
I'm just wondering what his total is. I don't want. Yeah, I'm not angling. What is
career?
Josh Allen's the last 3 years?
Those last 3 that
you just gave me those 3, which is total to what? 28.5 maybe? Is that or 38.5? What was that?
The last 3 years?
Yeah,
Daniil.
For Daniil.
It was 10 and 16.
28, 38, 39.
39. Yeah.
All right. Josh Hines Allen last 3 years.
He's probably got, 30? Maybe 32?
24 and a 32 and a half.
32 and a half.
Okay,
Close.
yeah.
That's 7 difference. 2 a year.
Well, 6.5, but that's when it's, that's different.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's in the
Josh
neighborhood.
Hines Allen ain't as good a pass rusher as
It's in the
Daniil Hunter.
neighborhood.
Right?
No, that's fair.
Yeah, that's
right.
fair.
I mean, 10.5 is rookie year and 17.5.
I think people...
The only 2 times he's been double digits, 6 times for Daniil Hunter. Now, Josh Hines Allen is younger.
Sure.
Josh Hines Allen can play better. Hopefully he will this year. He needs to do better than 8 sacks.
Do you think Josh Hines Allen has reached his peak yet?
Josh Hines Allen, by all accounts, by all the measurables and the analytics, had a better year last year than Trayvon Walker. Didn't have the amount of sacks, but they said he had a really good year, like grade-wise. He was just the luck of the sack didn't shine on him at all last year, and it takes more than that. Don't get me wrong, but by all accounts, it wasn't like a down year. He wasn't unproductive. He just didn't get the sacks.
He had 10 TFLs and 19 quarterback hits.
Okay.
I don't know what that
I don't know. But I don't know where that, what value that adds exactly, but sounds good.
Trayvon had 15 quarterback hits and 13 TFLs.
So who was more? Was Trayvon more in those categories?
He was more in one and less in another.
Okay, so he wasn't necessarily better.
But we don't have the pressures and all that.
Yeah, pressures is big.
I like Trayvon Walker. I like how he's played the last 2 years. I think he's, done a good job, especially considering the way he came in and how heavily criticized he was, even though it wasn't his fault, which we've talked about.
We got to take a quick time out.
Yes,
Custom
we do.
Tree Surgeons are Thursday.
Yes, we do.
No job too big or small. My guys at Custom Tree Surgeons are the best. They'll level with you. Maybe you're not sure about something. You know what they don't do? Charge you that, $300 just to come out and look. Let's come out. Let's get a good. And they know, by the way, by giving you that good advice, that when it does come time to have that job done, you'll be calling them back because it's a kind of trustworthy and awesome service that you get with Custom Tree Surgeons. Find out more whenever you need them at CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
They say every town has a story.
Here in Duval, the story's being written every day. Duval! 1010XL. This is Duval Sports Radio.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Looking for that designer engagement ring like Tacori or Viraggio? Then hear this. The only locally owned authorized dealer here for these exquisite rings is Beard's Diamonds. Beard's is your destination for the top names in bridal design. Tacori, Viraggio, Sylvie, Gabriel & Company, Gnome Carver, and more. If she's seen it on Pinterest or in a bridal magazine, Beard's has it. Exquisite, handcrafted, and made in America. So you can get her the ring of her dreams without having to go to one of those national mega chain jewelers. At Beard's, there's no big company rules, no Wall Street sales goals, no impersonal service. The non-commissioned experts at Beard's Diamonds will take their time and let you see dozens of ring styles from all the most sought-after designers. Beard's is proud to be Jacksonville's premier jeweler for nearly 45 years. We're committed to this area and promise an authentic, refined, and risk-free experience without markups, without pricing games, without corporate red tape getting in the way of making you happy. Beard's Diamonds, Jacksonville's diamond store, at the shops at St. John's Town Center.
In the real estate biz, spring selling season is here. You got to have the right team in charge, though. Rates are down, activity is up, and that team for you is ChadandSandy.com. Hiring the experts who can maximize equity and minimize hassle. That's the key. Now's the best time in years to sell your home. But there are some homes sitting on the market. Don't let that be you. That's why I'm recommending Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you want guaranteed no hassle home sale. You don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. You're worried about market conditions, not being able to get what your home is worth. Here's the Chad and Sandy guarantee. Your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Simple as that. No required costly repairs, no long-term contracts. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price, or they will buy it. Take David and Heather out in Orange Park. We wanted to move to Keystone Heights, get closer to family, away from the city. Heard Chad and Sandy on the radio. Multiple offers in 3 days. Selling $15,000 above asking price. Find out at ChadandSandy.com.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 15, 1941, Joe DiMaggio of the New York Yankees began his record-breaking 56-game hitting streak, singling off White Sox pitcher Eddie Smith.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Cool Cats. The coolest cats in town.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's time for a golf check here, man. We need a heat check on the golf. PGA Championship, second major of the year is underway.
We got that big bet going on. Let's not forget that.
Which was
and I.
Which was what?
I got Rory and Scotty. You got the field.
Ooh, that was a terrible bet on your part. Just too many out there.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you got Ryan Fox on your pool, because he's 3 under through 6, and that would be the early leader. I'm assuming that this is the PGA and not some World Tour event, because I've got it looks like a Scottish. No, that's an Australian. A couple of Brits.
Yeah.
Got a Swede.
JT Poston. I tried to give him to Stewie. He wouldn't take him. There he is, right
smart.
there,
Yeah,
tied for third.
Yeah, that one down. It's just probably one of the better moves on his part. I can't. I took what I have. I have DeChambeau. Look, the big guys aren't going to go till a little bit later. Scotty and in the PGA don't they pair the major winners? Aren't they the one? Pretty sure they are. So I think Scotty and Rory will play together these first 2 days.
Scotty, Rory, and
from last year, and Xander, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Although no, Rory, it's the current major holders. That's how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't. Yeah, and Scotty would go back to last year's.
Rory,
Masters.
Xander, and Scotty are playing together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 100%. They're on #1 right now as we speak.
They are. It is being streamed. You can watch it on ESPN Plus if you want. John Rahm has made a birdie early, so he's 1 under par. Yeah. Did you pick Rahm?
I got the Roma Bull.
Oh, well, that's right. I remember that now.
One of my favorites.
This was super early. I mean, it's too early to draw any.
For sure.
Too many strong opinions, but Ryan Fox is 3 under through 5. He started on the back 9, so he would be the best. Alex Noren 2 under.
One of our guys, Patty Fishburne, is even par through 4.
Okay, I put Rico Hoey in my
Rico.
Yeah, Rico's in my.
Yeah, Rico.
I think he's got a late tee time. So
Rico is.
He hadn't even started. Just leave him alone.
Got to do better.
Rico's been good.
I know you like Rico, but I mean he hasn't done enough.
I mean, you really don't know a thing about Rico Hoey,
I'll take Fish over Rico.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know nothing about either one.
Rico's had one good round of golf this year.
Yeah, you don't know that either.
You got him like a major winner.
Yeah, you don't know that at all. You're talking gibberish. And my man Rico right now,
gibberish.
Yeah, is 100th in the FedEx Cup. So he's certainly done more than what you give him credit for. That's a shame.
That's a shame
for Rico, because I mean I'm looking at results here. I'm seeing a lot of 6-figure withdrawals.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he's played 15 events.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the dude's had 4 top 25s, made 9 cuts. He's red hot, man.
Who is
$703,000 my guy's made this year.
Who is Jimmy Smith with the Atlanta Braves?
What are you talking about?
He's an executive with the Braves.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No, he's not.
He's going to be the new AD at Maryland.
Yeah.
So
never heard of Jimmy Smith except
Jimmy
our
Smith
receiver, Jimmy Smith.
Leaving the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, that'll be a big loss.
I guess not.
Can he take half the bullpen with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jimmy, it's like the old saying around Atlanta was "Go Braves" and take the Falcons with you.
Who blew it last night for him on the bump?
No, it was the bullpen. I was up 4-1 and I turned it off, and then woke up and they lost 5-4. Went to sleep. Trying to go to sleep.
Oh dear.
It was I think it was De Los Santos. Snitker has Alzheimer's. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. The guy acts like he's never managed a game before in his life. The other day, I can't. I don't know. I feel like, you know how you start to get the feeling that your field staff and your front office staff are feuding and they're doing things to sabotage the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when a manager just plays a dumb play, like Snicker keeps making dumb plays. And I don't know if it's I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
He's just doing dumb things. And he's playing dumb players. We've got this dude, Montero. He ain't got a guy out in Trace Mace's, baby. So I don't know what to tell you. We were sitting 4-1 in the 7th, chance to go over 500, and we did what we've been doing for the last 2.5 years, underachieved.
Adam Schnipner reporting there's
Schefter, yeah.
Okay. Schechter is reporting that there's more interest in Jalen Ramsey than people realize a trade could happen in June. So.
Oh, yeah, they're falling over themselves, Shefty, to get down to Miami and get Jalen Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'll get traded. There is that makes it sound, pin that comment, Dan. Pin it. And here's how you find out the veracity of that statement.
Mm-hmm.
There's one way to find out if Schefter's right or full of it.
Okay.
What do they get for him?
Yeah.
That right there, it better be at least a second rounder. That says that they're after this guy. There's a lot of interest. Doesn't a Jalen Ramsey drawing a lot of interest earn a second round pick in a trade? Wouldn't you say?
That's fair.
I think so. I think if you're like a contending team, if you're
depending on the money situation too,
Yeah.
who's picking what up.
I think those big name corners, those guys that they've been going in like round 2. I mean, first, second rounders. I think it's happened.
Mm-hmm. So we shall see. The Celtics beat the Knicks last night, so we'll have to go back to New York and try to get that one done.
A little pressure on New York by winning. I will say that. There's a little pressure there.
They didn't play particularly well in this. They played poorly in the second half, quite frankly. And us Knicks fans are a little miffed at the refs still, and have been throughout the series. But whatever, it is what it is.
I hear you. I mean,
we didn't play good enough anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But the Celtics,
yeah, you can't even with reffing aside. If Boston hits 22 threes, you're not going to beat them.
Correct.
They don't do that all the time, but they've done it back
to back.
And they lost one of them, so it doesn't necessarily guarantee a win, but makes them a lot tougher out. And Boston, for their part, has at least put themselves in a chance to win one and stay alive. Just
Oh yeah,
you got to do one at a time. And they were down last night. They could have gone fetal.
And they could
have gone fetal last night. It would have been easy. Just say, yeah, this isn't our year.
And again, you talk about the Celtics and their proud tradition. Shame on them. The Knicks were in the house last night. In the first half, if you listen to the game, there's an overwhelming amount of New York fans who made the trip up to Boston to try to go see the clincher. And it looked good early because the Knicks have been really poor in the first half of this series. And last night was opposite. Last night they played okay, but again, you don't really want to be down to Boston 32-30 at the end of the first quarter. I mean, too many points. Too many points, man.
McElroy has a birdie early. He's one under par. Schauffele has a birdie early. He's one under par. Rahm has a birdie. He's one under par. Day has a birdie. He's one under par. And Scheffler, no. When does DeChambeau play? Is he afternoon? I picked him in both. I've got him in everything. I've got the bet bait with Captain Kevin Favor. You don't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do? No, you didn't work the major week. So I got the bet bait. I've got our fantasy league, and I got brunch with the tour, and I got Bryson DeChambeau and all those. So I kind of need him to do good.
My big pick, and I saw you had a birdie early I'm in a high stakes league for, with like hundreds of people for a lot of cash.
Schauffele barely missed for birdie on 2.
Rasmus Højgaard was my
Schauffele's going to win.
50 and
Schauffele's going to win the PGA. Did you take Schauffele? Anybody take Schauffele? Who took Schauffele?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You congratulate. You got another winner.
Thank you. I took Rasmus Højgaard you have to take one player 50 and below.
Okay.
And my pick was Rasmus Højgaard.
In the World Golf Rankings?
Yeah, in the World Golf Rankings. And he birdied his first hole, so I was excited.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's part of the fun of golf is these little contests and, picks leagues you get in. Fantasy leagues, brunch with the tour, all that good stuff.
This one may be more shocking than anything, but since
I'm watching the golf now, that's why I'm distracted. I got it full screen in front of me. Here's Scheffler for par. He's got a long one for par here. So Scotty's off to a poor start.
Oh, okay. Since this
nice pick, Stewie.
This stat may shock you. Since Pope Leo stepped into office, new Pope.
I know who he is.
His favorite team, the Chicago White Sox, are 4-1.
Oh boy, and they're not a good team.
They're terrible.
Huh.
Terrible.
I thought he was a Cubs fan. Did we ever get verification
You
on
didn't see
all
the
that?
video of him at the White Sox World Series in 05?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, they found video of him.
Good for him.
Yeah. No question what he is.
Scotty just missed his par putt. It rolled significantly by.
Double.
Scheffler's definitely not winning the PGA. Schauffele's winning the PGA. Oh, boy, here's Rory for birdie. Maybe he's winning the PGA. Back with more next. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Sports Radio is.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to free your mind, but I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it. You have to walk through it.
1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. You tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. All you got to do, call and get your free screening. That's right, free. Bowden & Associates. Keeping the first coast focused.
Mia here, and I'm just going to cut to the chase. What you really want to know is, why buy from Arlington Toyota? How about over 800 vehicles, one lot, 60-day exchange, and friendly credit for everyone? Plus, right now, get $0 down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2022 Toyota Corolla. Or how about no payments till August 2025? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Are you ready to play this summer? At the First Coast YMCA, we're committed to being your home for health and wellness and a place for friendly competition with team sports for adults and for kids. Basketball, volleyball, pickleball, flag football, soccer. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Discover all the benefits of YMCA membership and find your fun this summer at the Y. Registration for team sports and summer camps is open now. Visit fcymca.org.
This is Greg McGarity, President and CEO of the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. I'm here to share that the Gator Bowl is actually a year-round organization. We're known for the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl football game, which has been a Jacksonville staple for more than 80 years. Off the football field, the Gator Bowl is also host to the annual Florida State baseball game, a champion of local youth through Gator Bowl charities, and a strong networking organization of local individuals and companies through our membership. We're actually looking to grow membership, which is an affordable, fun way for you to get involved and give back to our community. To learn more, visit gatorbowl.com for more information.
The restaurant of the day is the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Get the 2 for you deal. Avgolimino soup, dolmades, tzatziki with a Great Greek gyro, falafel pita, or Great Greek rice bowl for just $15. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill off 210 and St. John's Parkway.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is RJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at kuhnflowers.com.
Ackerman Cancer Center is celebrating a major milestone this month, treating their 3,000th patient with cutting-edge proton therapy. For excellence in cancer screening, diagnosis, and treatment, trust Ackerman Cancer Center. Learn more at ackermancancercenter.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service. Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by TopDressing.com. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp continue their road series against the Norfolk Tides tonight at Harbor Park in Virginia. Following a suspended game on last night, the teams will resume that 9-inning contest at 12:05 today with the 7-inning game to follow as part of the doubleheader. Here in Jacksonville at the River City Rumble takes place over at the John Sessions Stadium as the JU Dolphins team hosts the North Florida Ospreys to conclude their final regular series. First game of the series is tonight with first pitch at 7. Looking ahead into the weekend, the North Florida Ospreys softball team, who won their first ever ASUN championship title, earning their first ever NCAA tournament berth, head up to South Carolina to compete in the Columbia Regional. Entering the regional as the number 3 seed versus second-seeded Virginia with first pitch tomorrow at 3. It's 75 degrees at 9:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill. We're wasting time. Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
All right, welcome back. Right at 9:04.
It's always dangerous to take the temperature using only the local perspective.
Yes, sir.
But the over-under for the Jaguars is 7.5, is it not?
Is it?
Yeah. Every level of optimism / pessimism, at least inside this studio and anything else that I've read here locally, would have it going over that number.
Yeah.
I mean, even you're lower on the expectation. I had him at 8. I had him at 10. He's got him at 12. All higher than 7.5. D-Rock has him with a bold prediction on ESPN. Embedded has him 4-0 through the first 4, coming home to face Kansas City. That is going to send you way over 7.5. I saw Justin Lewis of the Times Union made his instant reaction picks. He had him 10-7. Now, again, when you're using just the local, perspective, it's easy for us to get on board without knowing exactly what's going on in other spots. But, I mean, listen, there's a sad reality of being a losing franchise year after year, regime after regime. It feels like optimism becomes a foolish endeavor. So, granted, I'm pinning a lot on mine on just being addition by subtraction here, just improvement by change. And hopefully.
Since the schedule was released, what do you think is the most in-demand game in terms of ticket prices, the highest in the entire 200?
I'd have to look at the. I mean, let me look at the schedule here.
Yes.
I bet.
What you got?
I would say it's probably.
It's going to be a match.
Like, how about Chiefs Cowboys Thanksgiving?
Chiefs Cowboys is second.
Oh.
$1,491.
I was going to say it has to do with it's going to be somewhere with Josh Allen or Lamar or Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, one of those games.
No, and no.
No?
I bet you is it Eagles, Chiefs?
No.
You can get into some of those Northeastern markets still pretty fair price. It's
Thursday night football, September
Lions?
4th, Cowboys, Eagles.
Oh,
wow.
The opener, 1,743.
That makes sense.
Chiefs, Cowboys, second. Packers, Cowboys, third. Baltimore, Buffalo, fourth.
Yeah. Oh,
Jets at Bills, fifth.
wow. Interesting.
So, yeah, interesting indeed. The what was I going to tell you? On the college side, they asked Grok to predict the 2025 SEC football standings. Florida's over-under is like 6.5.
I know, it's low.
It's very dicey, man. It's not one you want to hear. You want it to be higher.
No, not if you're going to bet it.
Well, not if you're going to bet it, but I mean, you want.
I think
more
it's
optimism.
again. I'm. Not, it's funny. We're kind of. I'm not as optimistic on Florida, I think, as you are.
Yeah, I think I am.
We're kind of optimistic. You're a little more optimistic on Florida. I'm a little more. And I'm
Grok.
I'm not down on Florida, but
Grok has Florida at 9-3, 6-2 in the SEC, fourth best record, which would be great.
Losing to Miami, I guess.
I don't know.
Well,
yeah, I guess. Yeah. Texas and Alabama both 11-1. That's big for Alabama. LSU 10-2. Florida 9-3. South Carolina 9-3. Georgia 9-3.
So then the question becomes, how did you do in that round robin? Because that would put you in that playoff conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look what SEC got 4 last year. Is that correct? Or was it 3?
I don't know. Off the top of my head.
Texas, Georgia.
Yeah.
Ole Miss. No, Ole Miss didn't get in.
I have
There's another one, though. Who was the other one?
I have an amazing stat.
Okay.
In fact, it should qualify as the Dan Hicken stat of the day.
His name is Hicken. He's got a knowledge addiction. It's Dan Hicken, stat of the day.
You know who Desmond Watson is?
Yeah. Big boy from Florida.
Big Desmond.
What Big Des weigh?
464.
Yeah,
464. I think he's down, I heard, to 437.
Good for him.
Oh, good for him.
He had the but he went and got tested, and his combine jump was 25 inches.
I don't know what that compares to, but for a 460-pounder, that seems to, a couple feet off the ground seems to be pretty good.
What if I told you it's a half an inch more than Janai Broom?
That surprises me.
Oh, man.
Janai, you got some work to do.
Yeah, you do.
You got the work to do.
I can't help Janai Broom and all those second-round mock draft spots I see.
I get the feeling that Alex Condon is bye-bye.
You do?
In listening to his comment.
His comments?
This is
what
what
did
he
he
said.
say? I missed that. That's unfortunate.
I got to get that almost guaranteed to stay in the draft. I know I'm in that 20 to 35 range right now, but, I've got a good situation waiting for me at Florida. It has to be a good situation for me to stay in the draft, but feedback I'm getting from teams right now is positive, and I'm ready to stay in if I need to.
Yeah. I don't read that as that doesn't that sounds the same 50-50 to me.
Yeah.
If they come in, listen, I've learned this from prospects. If he's saying 20 to 35, it's probably really 25 to 40.
Okay.
I mean, they never, right? They always estimate where they're going to go.
I'll put it this way. When it first started, I thought he'd come back.
I'm opposite. I'm moving the other way.
As it goes down, and I'll tell you something else about Alex Condon. Let's not forget this. He really did not play good basketball for the Gators down the stretch.
Well,
in the tournament.
That gives him a chance to earn. Here's the reality. I think that if he's willing to do it, if he can make as much in NIL this year, a second round, he'd be crazy to go in the draft.
I don't think he's going to be a second rounder.
If he goes,
what I'm saying.
Well,
I think he's closer to 20 than 35.
I don't. By everything that I'm looking at, I'm not finding any mock drafts that have him there. He's not in a single mock draft first round. Not one.
Not a one, huh?
Not a one.
Okay.
He may be 29th in one of them, but he's not 20 anywhere.
All right.
And the reality is, for Condon, if somebody of influence will get a hold of him, You can go back to Florida and have an incredible year, and you can be a top 10 pick. You can be Donovan Clingan next year. You know, the UConn kid from a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and work on the skills, add some muscle, mature physically, and make $30 million more next year that you're never going to have a chance to get back. Once you go into that league as a second rounder, you're going to be fighting and clawing and scratching to get money. If you go in as a first rounder, the money train starts pulling out of the station with tens of millions right off the bat.
You know, somebody put the highlights up of Florida. Man, what a run.
Yeah, you think?
You can't ever lose sight of. I mean, UConn, Texas Tech, Auburn, Houston.
All great
all
games.
good games.
All games.
Yes.
It's so fun to watch your team behind if you know they're going to win. That makes it more exciting. It was brutal watching them, though.
Brutal.
Every game was brutal.
I mean, they got the first game against Norfolk and the Maryland game, and other than that, man, UConn had them on the ropes. Texas Tech had them dead.
Even
Auburn
Maryland, they trailed
Houston.
5 first half.
Yeah.
But
Condon had 1 point against Auburn, 7 points against Texas Tech, 6 points against Maryland, 5 points against UConn, 12 against Houston.
in fairness, he was never back to full strength after he injured that ankle in the middle of the year.
That must
Look
be.
what he did against Auburn the first time around at Auburn.
Trying to look at his best game.
Auburn will be one of them. I mean, he was
His best game of the year, he had 27 against Alabama. But other than that, he only broke the 20-point barrier, and it was a guard-related only one other time, and that was against JU. I don't know. I mean, if I'm getting picked in the first round and I'm Alex Condon, I don't know how much. I'm wondering how much better he can get.
a lot. Ton, man.
I don't know.
19 years old.
Sometimes I don't get better.
He's getting better, bro. Look at him play. Look how much better he's gotten just watching him for Florida, how much better he's gotten.
He get better in the tournament, but like you said, if the ankle had something to do with it, then that's...
And he was fine in the championship game.
Which one?
The title game.
12 points and 7 rebounds.
In a game that was what? What was the score?
65, 63.
You know.
It wasn't like Walter Clayton
Jr. Get better. Well, Walter Clayton Jr. had like an all-time postseason. It's clear that he was the reason they did it. I think Condon, if he stays and continues on his same development, will be a top 15 pick next year. It's up to him to decide, you want to wait on that $30 million more, or do you want to take your chances and be the 33rd pick and go play for the Sacramento Kings? Your choice. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. And you can't get any real estimate on what a second-round NBA player is going to make. It's negotiated by the team. They're not liable for anything. First round, you get slotted. I mean, there's a minimum you can make. And by the end of the first round, it's $8 million, I think, maybe. But once you get to round 2, it's just a negotiated contract.
First round picks, 24, 25. Pick 1 gets $10 million the first year, $11 million the second year, and $11.5 third year salary option. Fourth year option can be increased by as much as 26%. Fifth year qualifying offer percentage increase over fourth year salary. So,
and you also, as a first rounder, are eligible to get those
saying
mass extensions that you don't get.
If he's picked, say, 28th, and you're not Bronny, of course, Bronny got, this kind of deal. It's like $2 million, $2.2 million, $2.3 million. That's what it is. Like if you're picked 28th. So it's like $6 million. I think that's guaranteed, though.
It is.
Right.
But, and if you just go 4 picks later, 32, you're probably getting $800,000, $1.2 million, $1.2 million.
Stand by.
I don't think they go second round. I couldn't find second round.
No, I'll only go to 30. First round.
Yeah.
Which is over $2 million. Anything from 20 to 30 is $2.5 to $2 million per year.
Yeah. And if you go, what is just, I won't even put him some crazy, I think that Alex Condon, if he comes, here's what I think. If Alex Condon comes back and Boogie Flan joins the Gators, Florida's going to be a 1 or 2 seed and go to the Elite 8 or further again next year, and Condon's going to be a top 10 pick. That's what I think will happen if he comes back. And so, but I won't be that ambitious. What is the 15th pick again? What does he make? The 15th pick, the middle of the first round.
15th?
Yeah.
3.5, 3.7, 3.8.
Not a huge difference in 30, but $5-6 million difference.
Yeah.
Over the course of the deal.
That's a lot of money.
And I'm sure if Condon went back to Gainesville, he'd get probably $1 million, right? Isn't that what he'd get?
Jalen Pickett, the second pick in the second round, signed a 4-year, $8.2 million contract with the Nuggets, 5.8 guaranteed.
That's the negotiation part, which can be an advantage, I guess, if you can get it out of your team. that doesn't make sense that he would make more than the first round pick. They're probably complaining.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you should be allowed to negotiate that second round pick for more on a rookie's deal than the first rounders get.
Top of the second round, you're still going to do okay.
Yeah.
I think you get some guaranteed dollars if you negotiate it correctly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge deal one way or the other. I think that getting Boogie Fland out of the portal is even a bigger get than Condon at this point, only because they have that depth in the front court. Assuming Chinyelu comes back, he had a good combine too.
Did he?
One thing we learned with Florida, I said this yesterday in passing, they at least approve. They're honest in their measurements. The rest of the college basketball, a bunch of liars, Dan. Looking at all these guys show up to the combine, they're all an inch shorter or inch and a half shorter than what they claim they are. And in Gainesville, everybody was like a half inch bigger than what they were measured.
Yeah.
Which is kind of smart, man. If you're running a team, wouldn't you want to list your guys smaller than they are rather than bigger?
Mm-hmm.
I never understood that theory, so to speak. Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday, you're listening to The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Get Florida Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
It's a battle of nationally ranked SEC powerhouses. Gators Crimson Tide. Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon on 1010 a.m.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks the vehicle's less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
All right, all you contractors out there finding reliable subcontractors, you know how key that is to project success. Well, I'm here to tell you that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC expert, you got to have that, but they're your partner. They understand every facet of construction. It keeps the projects on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. So if you're a contractor and you have a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Frank Frangie here. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Takes home the Wanamaker Trophy.
The defending champion says,
Hear updates and coverage of the PGA Championship. Driven by St. John's Middle School Athletic Association and TopDressing.com. Follow the leaders on 1010XL.
DUI, BUI, don't stress. Call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 2854-LAW.
That's 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
This is Corona Premier. Just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. It's a light beer that... Wait, this is a light beer? But we should really tell people about... Right, that's why I'm here. Sorry. Corona Premier, unexpectedly, light beer.
Corona Premier, a light beer with just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. The premier side of light. For those that are active and on the go, pick some up the next time you're heading out to enjoy the day under the sun. Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi. Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor, like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad, on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Is this true? I'm not a technical wizard.
What's that?
So the Chargers put a QR code on their schedule release.
Oh, did they?
Okay, so here's what happens when you scan it. And guy says, scan or click here, right? Technical difficulties. Try this one instead. Just one more time, we promise. We lied. Scan again, though. Just scan, baby. Don't let this be you. Almost there. Scanners. You still here? Don't you have a job? L.
So they put a bunch of faulty QR codes?
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Gator started a big baseball series today, by the way. This is perhaps a chance at hosting a regional. They take on number 18, Alabama. I heard Molly tell us in one of the updates that Florida has owned Alabama in baseball. They're like 23-2, 22-3, something like that.
Own them boys.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard her say it. If she said it, it must be true. It must be true. So anyway, yeah, I saw that, and that was so it's a big series, though. Big series for the Gators. So we'll see how they do. So
this is a road series, right?
No, this is at home.
Oh, another home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, they play Texas on the road. Never mind. I knew that was his home. Are you, what time are you going down today?
I can't go today.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I can't go again.
Okay.
I may go Saturday.
Now I'm done. I've asked for a commitment, and I didn't get any on Thursday or Friday. So, Saturdays at that time is a throwaway. It won't matter as much. ET sent us a this peek ahead to what Travis Hunter has in front of him here with the schedule now released.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure that as a non-Graham member, I can look at this. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
These are the receivers that we're going to ask our guy to shut down. And then we're just looking on the defensive side when they've said he's primarily an offensive player. So not doing the cornerback matchups per se. Week 1, he's going to get Ted McMillan.
Okay.
These are matchups that are there. I'm not, we don't know what he'll be doing defensively. I still say he's going to play pretty much both ways all the time. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Week 2, we'll see how he fares against Jamar Chase. Come back with Nico Collins week 3.
Wow.
Now, Ted McMillan, that's a layup. That's from a standpoint, that's
Get
a
your
guy in
feet
your
wet.
conference. You've played him. Look up that one, Hick. Can you give me a Colorado-Arizona box score?
I think Ted McMillan got busy that game.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Well, maybe they put him on the other guy. I don't need to hear that. Better not get busy on Sep, whatever. 7?
7, I think, yeah.
All right, we got Chase week 2. We know what he's all about. Nico Collins is probably still
a problem.
Still an underrated player, isn't he?
He is
Nico
a
Collins is
problem.
probably a top
Nico
5
Collins
receiver.
is
We just don't
He
talk
got
about
busy
it like
here
that.
last year.
He had that playoff game. Was it the first one against the Chargers? They had like 8,000 yards. All right. Brandon Ayuk, week 4, coming off of an injury. I'm okay with that one.
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice.
Get you some, Rasheed.
Yeah, who knows? Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Good player.
That's a week 6. Then you get Puka there for the Rams,
Oh, boy.
week 7. Then we're skipping some. I don't have really matchups to worry about, I guess, in some of the other matchups. We go back to Nico Collins, week 10. Lad McConkey, week 11, when the Chargers visit. Marvin Harrison Jr., get a crack at him when they take on the Cardinals. Garrett Wilson of the Jets comes to town. And then Cortland Sutton, still doing it for the Broncos? Did he stay with them this offseason?
Oh, wow.
Cortland Sutton's been a good player for Denver, hasn't he?
Ted only had 5 for 38.
Okay, good. We shut his A down, man. What
In
you
a
talking about in there?
34-7 ball game.
They killed him.
Well, was it
Ted
maybe his
McMillan.
junior year? Then,
Yeah,
'cause-
Ted trying to work
I think it
on-
might have been his junior.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I'm going recency bias, baby. You try to go to work on our number 2 pick. Shut you down.
Of course, Travis had 2 for 17.
It doesn't matter. We shut him down. We were focusing on the defense that
Is that
day.
what it was?
That's what
He had 1 tackle. Travis did.
He shut down the whole side. That's what it
They
did.
didn't want to throw his
Again,
way.
your mood and your mindset, I feel like you're about to tell me that
Colorado won the game.
It's a bust pick. I mean, is that
I
what's
think
next?
the one guy who tore him up was the Stanford kid. Wasn't that right, E? Remember the Stanford kid? I don't know who drafted him.
But he got busy against Trav?
Yeah, do you not remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, he caught him like over off his helmet and stuff. It was impressive.
All right, I gave you the receiver, man. Let's go with the matchups when he's going against the corners. We're going to see him more. He's a guaranteed starter there. Ultimately, he's going to be the one receiver, is he not, guys?
That's to be determined.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, just based on how
You're saying you
BTJ
think
played
he'll be
last
the
year.
number 1 receiver?
In Jacksonville? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't know about this year. I'm not saying right out of the gates, but yeah, he's the Heisman Trophy winning number 2 pick in the draft. He's been better than Brian Thomas
He's
at every
definitely gonna have
level.
a shot.
His whole life, he's been
Well, they didn't play
a level
Stanford
ahead.
last year, so.
Here are the cornerback matchups. Week 1, J.C. Horn. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Week 3, Derek Stingley Jr., good player.
Good player.
You know, this is where, by the way, it helps having Brian Thomas Jr. over there.
Yes.
Who
yes.
right now is better than Travis Hunter. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I just think that when you take a receiver who won the Heisman Trophy and you take him number 2, the idea is he's the number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
Trent McDuffie, week 5. Devon Witherspoon for the Seahawks. Stingley again. L'Jarius Sneed. Where's he at these days?
Sneed.
L'Jarius Sneed. I don't
He
even
was
know.
at KC.
That's
Is he
week-
at Tennessee, right?
Yeah, week 13. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, 13 and 18. Sauce Gardner, Pat Surtain, Charvarius Ward. Yeah, gotta have some matchups, man.
Yeah.
It's the NFL. Step it up.
Oh, it's the NFL.
Find out right away, man.
Every
like
week.
if Travis Hunter is that difference maker, it's not going to show up week 6.
No.
You're not going to see a glimpse here and there. Week 1, he's going to rip somebody a new one.
Yeah.
Week 1, he's going to make somebody look stupid. If Travis Hunter, because he's not in a developmental position. He's in a athletic universe where it just shows. There ain't no developing to see instant impact plays from Travis Hunter. If he's him, we'll see it week 1.
Oh, dear.
I'm not saying if we don't see it week 1, he's not him. That's not what I'm saying. There's a difference.
The Stanford kid was drafted, unfortunately, by the Titans.
What kind of numbers did he put up?
He had 13 for 294.
This year?
No, 2 years ago.
Are you sure?
They didn't play him last year.
Was Hunter playing that game?
Yeah, Hunter had 13 for 140.
Wow. Maybe he didn't play defense that
No,
day.
he did. I remember the highlights.
Well, yeah, that's not
They
good
talked
then.
about it. I remember that one.
Cam Ward, is that the 3-name guy?
Who?
This the
receiver for Stanford?
Yeah.
No, it's Elic, Elic.
Uh-huh.
Ayayomanor.
Yeah, I
Ayomanor.
saw a story. He's either got a brother or there's some story with him too. I don't know what it is. I saw some sort of featured story on him at some point. I don't know what exactly the exact parameters of it was. Where is your confidence meter on your Knicks now going home for a game 6?
This is the headline, by the way, just to finish up. Who is Alec Ayomanor? Meet Stanford wide receiver who tore Travis Hunter, Colorado to shreds and comeback win.
Yeah.
It was a 46-43 game.
I was a late nighter. I watched part of that game.
Yeah, he was a big wide out. Took one off of Travis's helmet in the game. Yeah. So anyway, it was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive stuff. So anyway, it is what it is. But what did you ask me about? The Knicks?
Yeah, where's your confidence meter on the bounce back?
These are tough games for us. We don't blow anybody out. We've won 2 close ones, and the other one we won by 8 points. We haven't closed anybody out the Garden since 1999. So my confidence meter is I'm going to say this, Jeff, and I said this yesterday before Game 5. If Jalen Brunson is who he has been, he won't lose 3 in a row. He'll find us. Now, I tell you, the disappointment for me last night was OG. OG was terrible, man. He didn't look like he was into it. He played poor defense. He was like 1 for 11.
And he and Bridges have been key to your
OG's
wins.
got
At least
to be
one of them.
OG's got to come up for us now.
All right, here we are at the PGA. We've had a couple of developments. Rory has made a bogey, so he's back to even. Scotty Scheffler has made a birdie, so he's back to even. Brooks Koepka has made a birdie. He's now even through 5.
Okay.
At the very top of the leaderboard right now, it's still Ryan Fox. The Australian is 3 under par. Luke Donald is 2 under. What?
Yeah.
Tommy Fleetwood is 2 under among a group there. The 1-unders, Jason Day, John Rahm, Matt Fitzpatrick, Xander Schauffele.
Every day I'm shuffling.
The even par, Sepp Straka, last week's winner. Brooks Koepka, Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, Tony Finau, among others. So that's where the golf stands as the second major of the year is underway. And so if you were in that category like Dan, who bet me $8,000, he took Scheffler and McIlroy, and I took the field.
It's a big bet.
That's why it's such a tough bet if it's Scheffler and McIlroy. They're right now T23.
I will take a break. We'll come back and make the turn for home right here on The Drill.
Exciting.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Crowd getting involved.
Stay close to the Jaguars
Fires into the end zone.
on the home of the Jaguars.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
1010XL.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. I'm glad Pete Rose is going into the Hall of Fame. But shame on Rob Manfred and Major League Baseball for waiting till after he died to do it. All you had to do it was 2 years ago, and he'd had a year to enjoy it. Instead, we all enjoy it. We shake our heads. When I saw today that he's going to get in, I don't know if I was happy or sad. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. May is Military Appreciation Month, and Nimnik Buick GMC proudly salutes the brave men and women who serve and have served our country. As a thank you, we're offering an additional $500 off select new Buick and GMCs, and every vehicle purchased at Nimnik supports K9s for Warriors. Nimnik thanks you for your service and your sacrifice. Shop 24/7 online at NimnikBuickGMC.com. Value your trade and customize your payment options in seconds. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res. I love the cleaning freaks. I love when they come over to the house. I love the way the house looks, smells, feels. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. And Zero Res, they'll handle every surface in your home. Carpets, no problem. Tile and grout, we got you. Hardwood, laminate, stone, easy. Upholstery, rugs, air ducts, Zero Res, man. You don't believe me? Check out 8,000 plus raving customer reviews online. We all love Zero Res, and this month it's May. Mayhem in May is what we got. So get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner. 3-room special will start at $149, plus the 4th room is free. 20% off air duct. Wow. How good is that? You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res right now, 287-5727, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them you want the station special. Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local women-owned solar company. At Clay Solar, we're more than just panels and power. We're about people. We make the switch to clean energy simple, stress-free, and built to last. If you've had a bad experience with solar in the past, we can help. We specialize in dependable solutions and top-notch customer service, so you can finally enjoy the savings and sustainability you deserve. Schedule your free consultation at claysolar.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
The ultimate Pink Floyd experience is back. Rick Floyd returns, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Pink Floyd's legendary Wish You Were Here album. It's Brit Floyd, May 20th at Florida Theater. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com.
Get the real story from people who know the beautiful game best. The Coaches Show, presented by Sporting Jacks with Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Ballum. Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 a.m.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, we've been hot on the schedule all day today. One interesting note, I saw this, by the way, and I'm curious. They postponed, the owners postponed deciding on where the Jags will play in 2027. I don't know why. Orlando's bid, they say, includes $10 million plus $500,000 for the playoffs. Gainesville's
so it sounds like there's been some sort of last-minute problem with Orlando is what it sounds like.
Is also in the running, but they haven't offered incentives yet. I don't know what the deal is.
The thought was at the May meetings it would be all locked up and confirmed and taken.
It may be nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe no big deal.
I don't care which place they play.
I don't either.
So it doesn't matter to me. But I do think it's interesting that all signs seem to point toward getting that that toward Orlando being announced sooner rather than later, and this would be the first inclination that, well, maybe not so fast.
Yeah. So just an interesting note.
Yeah, for sure. I'm cooling down on just on a new NFL season, a new beginning, and with so much new here with this as a complete overhauling of the roster, of the front office staff, the coaching staff. There's just a new mindset. There is a new vibe down there, Hick, and I appreciate Baselli for that. There's a vibe down there. You're talking about a guy who was a 2-3-star recruit at Colorado, made it all the way to USC as an All-American, to here, to All-Pro, to Hall of Fame. There's an expectation down there, and it doesn't mean it's going to be reached right away, but you know what it's not going to be? It's not going to be dumbed down and lowered. You're going to reach it or you're going to move along, and we'll go to the next guy from a player standpoint. And so there's just a level of accountability and expectation down there that, granted, it's the off season, but I'm
How did my scoop? How did my scoop and snoop work?
It ended up okay.
Yeah,
it was
we went over that.
It was the Rams was the scoop that ended up right. The London game, the Bengals was a scoop week 2. The Chiefs was a snoop-ish.
Yeah, I didn't get the date right.
Or the network or the
What did I
time.
say? Sunday night?
You said Sunday night week 16, and it was Monday night week 5.
So we're not getting flexed.
And then the Titans week 14.
That was a miss.
That's a pipe dream. We played.
That was a Thursday nighter I had.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And because of that, I had suggested, well, if they like the Jags enough to get them 2 late season primetime, we'll probably get a first half game. I thought maybe the Texans game would have been a Monday nighter, but alas, we'll just have that one Monday nighter against Kansas City. We're going to have to bang back a couple of recent trends. We've been terrible in primetime of late, right? I mean, what are our last few primetime games? Buffalo last year wasn't good.
Oof. Oh no.
And then we haven't beaten Kansas City 8 in a row.
Oh dear.
Dang.
I'm watching. I'm sorry, I was chuckling. And we'll see what's
every day. I'm chuckling.
We'll see what's trending here, but my heart goes out to Toronto Maple Leafs fans.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I can't give any of my sports sympathy or empathy to Toronto hockey fans.
They're a proud group. Canadians, hockey's so important, and these guys, I don't think they've won a cup since the 60s. All right,
I know they've had a history of being poor,
and they get stars and they come and go. But anyway, I was watching this cat. He goes, my wife sent me to the car to wind down. And he gets in the car and he just starts screaming, man. You got to understand that the Leafs used to win the cup. The Leafs have won a lot of cups. They haven't won a cup in a long time, bro. Long time.
When is the last time?
I'm pretty sure.
In my lifetime have they won? I don't.
Maybe when you were
70s. Maybe they won one in like 73 or something.
Maybe when you were.
Because I don't remember the Maple Leafs ever being good, and I do remember it being a story now for a long time running, and just about how
they won
unsuccessful they've been
in 1967.
So
were you born?
Yeah, the year I was born.
Okay.
Sorry, Toronto. That's on me.
Yeah, they just. I don't think they've been back to a Stanley Cup Finals. Let me look here. They maybe haven't been back to a Stanley Cup Finals since then.
Which is now, by the way, almost 60 years.
Oh, man. NHL Conference
Some
Finals.
of these long ago dates, they lose their steam for us because we were around then. But, man, if you're born in like 2002 and my man's dropping 1967 on you, that would be like when we were kids saying it happened since 41.
Bro, listen to this. Like, even since 17.
1917 or 2017?
No, 2017. They made the playoffs each year.
Well, see, forever they didn't even make the playoffs, so that was an improvement. They went
every year.
They made that. Didn't you have which New York team traded him the superstar?
The Islanders.
And was that Austin Matthews or is that Eichel?
No, Austin Matthews is there, but he was
who was
Tavares was the guy.
And he didn't really work out.
Lost first round, lost qualifying round, lost first round. Then in 23, lost second round, lost first round last year. Now they're playing the second round, and they're going to go out.
They won 2 series in all those tries.
Yeah, and before that, they missed it 3 years. They lost in the quarterfinals, and they missed it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Oh man, it's just a disaster.
Yeah, I can't. Like I said, I'm not investing a whole lot of care in the Toronto Maple Leafs and their happiness.
In 62, 63, and 64, Stanley Cup champs.
Yeah, couldn't stop them. What are we doing? Are we trending? Are we headlining? What are we doing?
We'll trend.
Oh.
Take it away, E.
Nice.
Number 5.
Luke Donald, 300 par, by the way.
Go, Luke.
It's his birdie 10.
When was the last time that you two gentlemen went and sat down in a movie theater?
Okay, that's a good question. I saw the.
Wow, I don't know.
I went with.
Oh, I know. I went and saw the new Top Gun at one of those.
Okay.
We were down in a baseball tournament, and we went like in the morning, and they served food at one of those places.
Oh, okay.
But it was nice.
Nice.
I enjoyed it.
I saw that one. I don't remember the name where they rescue the traffic kids. I saw that one in the theater.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of that one. With the Caviezel, you know what I'm talking about?
No, that's okay.
It was like a couple years ago. It was popular.
Well, the reason why I asked is like if I'm going to go catch a movie, I ain't going on the weekends. I'm going on either a Tuesday to catch a matinee.
Okay.
And now it looks like I'll slide to the movies on a Wednesday because the AMC will now slash prices on tickets by 50% on Wednesdays.
Okay. How much is a movie ticket these days?
About like $15.
A Sound of Freedom is the movie I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went and saw that one.
It's about $15 for a movie ticket, like on a Saturday night.
I'm saying now the movie industry's kind of bounced back a little bit.
I think it's starting to
out
come
of COVID.
back. Yeah.
It's if it survives this onset and onslaught, then it'll never die. And here's what I mean. It's never been easier to watch whatever you want to watch from the palm of your hand, E. You ain't got to go to the movie anymore. You have 2,000 selections on your home entertainment system. You have surround sound. You have a 70-inch TV. It makes it harder and harder for the theater experience to be worth the $40 price tag. Because it has gotten where how much is the movie ticket you say? It's $20?
About $15.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. I'll never go.
Just to walk in the door.
I will never go to the movies.
Don't buy no
I will
slushies.
never be. There will never be a movie for as long as I live the rest of the way that will be so compelling for me to want to go spend $15, $16 to see it. Yeah, not when I can. I'll throw back that Lazy Boy. I'll be watching it tomorrow.
Kicking it, right? You'll be watching it tomorrow.
Watching it tomorrow.
Number 4.
I normally don't report on when people passing, but I had to talk about this.
Okay.
A South Carolina man passes away after fighting a kangaroo at Brothers Petting Zoo.
Ooh, don't fight kangaroos,
Bro,
man.
what did you think was going to happen?
Damn.
Well, I mean, I will say this. If I go to a petting zoo, I don't expect to have my ass beat by a kangaroo.
Well, don't fight him, though.
Okay, so
Well, why do you fight him? Why? I mean, do you think he started it? Did he go up and punch the kangaroo?
I'm glad you asked that, Jeff.
Okay.
He's had multiple run-ins with this same kangaroo.
They got a thing. They got a little shade going there.
Clearly the kangaroo don't like you.
Wow. Now, what do you do to a kangaroo? Do you put him in, do you euthanize him there or put him in jail or what? That's too bad. I'd get him, throw him a parade. We have a new heavyweight champion.
And the brother is like, well, I don't think the kangaroo killed him. I think because he was complaining about chest pains way before.
Yeah.
So
I don't think a kangaroo can punch out and kill a man, can he?
Well, yeah, because he said that he had a lot of blunt force injuries. They found him
I always
dead.
thought that once animals got you there, unless they were going to eat you, they left.
Right, yeah,
They
leave
keep
you.
throwing you a beat down after you're already down. Like the only animal that does that is human beings.
Right.
And our evil. Yeah, animals,
3.
they do it until there's no reason to do it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Apple to release technology that allows users to control devices using brain signals, gentlemen.
It's coming. It's all coming. All these sci-fi movies that you've been watching and you think are crazy and it'll never happen, it's all coming. I saw one the other day where you put on this VR, kind of tune into some sort of VR and you can multitask, and you can sit in your house, you can go work your job, and you can go play golf at the same time. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Good luck.
Number 2.
Getting Johnny out of the basement in 10 years.
Oh, this is going viral. Things people use ChatGPT for. My brother had to go to jail. ChatGPT found a loophole in the law. My brother is a free man.
Okay.
Told it every single detail of every interaction I had with my crush so we could analyze if he liked me or not. When we started dating, ChatGPT was excited for me. I was bored, so I asked ChatGPT to create a Love Island episode with a bunch of people I knew. It was drama on top of drama on top of drama. I forgot to unsubscribe yearly ChatGPT Plus. ChatGPT wrote a letter to ChatGPT for me. I got a refund.
Oh, boy.
Recorded an argument with my ex and asked ChatGPT if I was being manipulated. Got a full analysis on every manipulation and gaslighting technique he used.
This is the in-person. Where are we headed, Jordan? Where's society headed in 50 years? We're just going to be walk down the road single file, don't talk to anyone.
Right?
Half of people be wearing some sort of mask.
I got sick of my college students using ChatGPT to write their essays, so I used ChatGPT to grade them.
By the way, this is fair point. on my movie Proclamation. On the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Jeff, I guarantee when that grand boy wants to go to the movies, you're breaking out the wallet.
Fair.
That's fair.
And you buying all kind of stuff.
That's fair, yeah.
Number one.
And the number one trending topic, obviously, last night at 8 p.m., the NFL released their schedules in a variety of shapes, forms, and fashions. And as Dan pulled up a top listing of all the schedule releases, Jacksonville Jaguars are top 10 with the Ashton Hall display.
The Colts have released a statement. We removed our schedule release video because it exceeded our rights with Microsoft and included an insensitive clip involving Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. We sincerely apologize to Microsoft and Tyreek.
Shut up. Softies. Big sissies. It wasn't unfair to Tyreek Hill. All you did was combine like his three arrests into one. I mean, they got him on a boat dock. Right? The Coast Guard was probably called for that. They got him going to the Jags opener last year. I mean, come on, man. It's not like you picked out some straight-laced player that's never been in any trouble and you put that mojo on him. I mean, come on. That could literally come true this year.
That's what's trending.
All right. Get us out of here, E.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
What's up, Tone? What's up, guys? Listening to y'all go through the trending topics there. I would add, talking about the kangaroos and whether or not they can, harm a person in that kind of way, or whether or not they would.
Yeah, I know they can.
More interesting. I read a book a few years ago. It wasn't about kangaroos. It was called The Tiger, and it was based on a true story where a tiger got hit by a trap somewhere in Asia, and it was so mad about what had happened to it that it followed the scent trail of who had laid the trap. It was on a path, and basically everyone it ran into on the path, it killed. Like it was a serial. No, the tiger.
Tiger. I saw that. Yeah, I've seen that too.
A serial killer tiger.
Yeah, a tiger that had and ultimately, I think he made it back to the cabin where they were. And
he got to the cabin and then he kept going.
Okay, that's what.
He was getting close to a town.
That's just
and
what
they
we
finally
need.
were like, we gotta do something about this.
We need a tiger that can actually express revenge.
Yeah,
that's just what the world.
It was a true story. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was. I saw that.
Yeah.
What do you got cooking today?
Obviously, it's schedule release
a little bit.
I mean, we'll go through for whatever it's worth, giving you our wins and losses for the football team, and we'll slice it and dice it as many ways as we can. As it's finally out there, we knew the opponents, now we know the order, and so we'll discuss it as we go through the show this morning. Yeah,
it's fun. I think knowing the opponents, I don't think it could have laid out any better for the Jags. It's not. There's nothing particularly unfair. There's nothing particularly easy.
Chance for a run at the end of the year.
Sure.
As it's finally out